me, creativity starts with.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fight fans. We are back. It is the second week of season 3 of ESFL, so that means it's the second week of our ESFL analyst desk. I am your host, Frank No Streaming. I am joined by my good friends Boiler569 and Crooks209. How are you gentlemen doing this morning?
I am stoked. PlayStation is back. Zyaf's looking to defend his title for the 6th time, and we got a hell of a lot of fights that are just juicy, juicy, juicy. I'm stoked, man.
I am equally as pumped as you, Boiler. I mean, we're back on the PlayStation side. As you guys know, I compete on that side as well, so I know there's going to be some barn burner fights out here. Super stack card with a lot of veterans, a lot of newer fighters trying to come up and make their name off of the ESFL veterans that are on the card, and I cannot wait to get this card started.
Yeah, exactly. As you said, the PlayStation side is where I believe all three of us call home. So we've got a little bit more experience with watching some of these individuals fight, but I mean, we should have an absolute stacked card full of bangers, top to bottom. And that could be kind of reminiscent of last week, fellas. Now, last week, we're going to take a look here in just a moment. We had some excellent fights. We're going to take a review of that. We're going to take a preview of what we got on today's card. We're going to have Boiler's Room so we can get a look at all of those in-depth stats. And then we're going to make sure that we get our predictions in for today's card and for this firecracker main event that we've got. But first things first, let's go ahead and get into the review of last week. First of all, huge shouts out to Robin Black. Thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure. It was a blast to have you on. Thank you so much for all of the insight that you gave us. It was a great time that we had last week with Robin Blackfeld.
Super fun. He did a great job, and congratulations. I saw on Twitter just a couple days ago he's going to be a father, so good things happen when you come hang out with the ESFL, I guess.
Yeah,
well,
that's
that happened
true.
a long time ago before, probably, but you know what I mean.
Hey, that's true, but ain't no hood like fatherhood. I mean, it's the best thing. So shout out to you, Robin. Congratulations, bro, and welcome to the club.
Yeah, absolutely. Robin, if you need baby names, Frank is always a great go-to. Let me put that out there for you. Anyway, back to last week's card that Robin Black did commentate on. We had an excellent card, guys, beginning to end. I mean, there were only 2 decisions on the entire card. Every other fight was a finish, and we had some spectacular finishes at that. We had KM Caliber pulling off a spinning back fist. Who even does that? What were some of the highlights of last week to you guys? Starting with you, Boiler.
I think the variety of finishes was exactly the opposite of what I talked about in the stats segment. I mean, we saw arm triangle, a straight finish, a Kimura, a few other finishes, including a pull elbow. So a lot of different variety on the finishes, not many decisions. Very exciting card last week.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, but 2 things stuck out to me last week about last week's card. Number one is how dominant Zyaf looked. He looked absolutely unbeatable. I mean, it's just crazy how good this kid gets each and every week. It's like nobody really can stop him. Who is gonna stop him? But there were some people that really showed up last week, and really did a great job of putting their names out there as being title challengers. I'm sorry, against Zyaf. But overall, I mean, Zyaf just put on an absolute clinic against Dirty Dave. I mean, it just was it blew my mind, and I've seen a lot of stuff, but I have not seen it that dominant of a win in the championship fight in a long time.
It was dirty. It was filthy. Zyaf posted something on Twitter of him denying, like a 3-chain denial he pulled off. It was something that I've only seen pretty much him and maybe 1 or 2 others pull off ever, let alone in competition against EK Dave, who is not a bum. So Zyaf just defended that belt, solidified his side on the Xbox side. But looking to really seal the deal, potentially get the all-time defense record on PlayStation. He's just almost unbeatable. Frank, like, what are they going to do about it?
Listen, send me at him. I got no, in all seriousness. I don't know what we're gonna do. If anybody wants to get into the lab and get, a genius training partner, I know some guys. I can call some people. It's not me. But no, at this point, I don't know what we're gonna do about Zyaf. Maybe Mad Turk, aka TurkTheTerror, can have some answers whenever he takes Zyaf on today. We've got an excellent card, as we had previously mentioned. Zyaf taking on Turk in the main event. That is going to be fireworks. Can't wait to see how that one plays out. I've also got eyes on this co-main event here, fellas. I'm looking forward to seeing ElevenBravo take on BangBang. I've watched both of these guys come up through the UFL scene, so it's awesome to see them getting a co-main event showcase here in the ESFL with the potential of title implications on the line. So that's always great for me to see. What about you, gentlemen? What is sticking out to you right now on this card?
I mean, the natural answer is Zyaf. See if he can get that 6th PlayStation defense. He already has 5. But speaking of 5, there are 5 debutants, 5 new fighters, new blood in the ESFL that joined throughout the summer, got that call up to the big main event, or at least the prelims. And ElevenBravo, BangBang, that co-main, I mean, whoever wins that, I think will be taking on the winner of Zyaf and Mad Turk. I've fought and lost to both of them, so big respect to both of them. Look forward to that. And just got to give a quick shout out to WordLife. Good to see him in the co-main. I've trained with him a lot. Good to see him in the game. But, I mean, running all the way to the prelims, we got a lot of familiar faces. And, again, the newbies. It is going to be a lot of excitement. I think it's going to be another example of ESFL. Just you don't know what's going to happen. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I mean I agree as well. I'm gonna start off in the prelims because you guys did a great job of covering the main card. I mean, you have a lot of people that are making their debuts this season, but you have a lot of experience. You have MartialMachine fresh off his performances in the esports this last summer. You got Izzy who trained with Ed Parker and those boys over at the CW camp. I mean, you got KAIW who we've seen fight plenty of times here. KIA Ben was also in the esports tournament. MorbidMadLad was in a lot of the content creator tournaments. Samurai Robin, I think I've seen him around fighting in the affiliate leagues as well. And then you guys got Diaz Mentality. Now, if you guys don't know who Diaz Mentality is, he is Maddie. He is 4D Maddie. This guy is one of the best, if not the best, Nick Diaz player in the world. I mean, I can't even touch him, and I use Nick Diaz a lot. And then you got JayJeezer. I mean, JayJeezer had that great performance from the UFL. He's coming up to the ESFL again, trying to maintain that hotness that he had in the UFL. But then he's going up against Ungodly War, who I myself have fought in the ESFL. That's a tough matchup for him. And then, of course, you got Zyaf going up against TurkTheTerror. Zyaf is on a roll. He's as hot as a speeding bullet. But the only challenge that I see him facing today is that connection, because it is the US to Turkey connection. It's going to be a high ping, and as we all know, we've played against a lot of people that have been from the Europe side. You can have like 200 ping. It can make things really sticky. So we're going to see how well Zyaf is able to sift through that connection that he's going to have to face today.
Yep, lag is always one of the most difficult terrors out there, especially west coast of the US, I believe, versus Turkey. That's practically Asia, or right in the bridge between Asia and Europe. So that's about as far as you can get if you're not going to Australia, Frank.
Yeah, definitely. As somebody who plays on West Coast US, sometimes those pings get nightmarish whenever you start trying to cross the pond, man. It's yeah, we're gonna see but that goes on both sides, right? We're gonna see how both of these fighters are able to adjust to moving through molasses, potentially. Anyway, we don't know. You know, they might have
fingers crossed. We're not jinxing it. Let's go, baby.
Right. There might be some super fiber going on out there that we don't know about. So there could be some behind the scenes, really in-depth things. Speaking of behind the scenes and really in-depth, it's time once again for the Boiler Room. Boiler, what kind of excellent stats do you have for us on this side of things with the PlayStation?
All right, let's roll with it. If you guys watched last week, I went through all the Xbox stats. Xbox only, Season 1 and 2 combined. We went through that. Now, PlayStation only, PlayStation fights only. First off, let's take the top 10 most selected fighters. So who's the most used, and rank them by win rate. Cormier, 69% win rate. He wasn't even in the top 10 at Xbox, so PlayStation, DC's just dominating, not even hardly using Xbox. Pretty interesting there. Volk coming in, nearly 68% win rate. Of course, on Xbox, he was doing quite well, but not at the 68% rate. So he's really taking the lead here on PlayStation. Going down the list, some of the familiar folks we'd see, McGregor, Masvidal, but Whitaker, pretty high up there, 60%. One that I really, really want to point out, though, Holloway. People talk all the time about Holloway is overpowered. He's cheap to use, et cetera, et cetera. He's only got a 33.3% win rate on the PlayStation side. Now, on Xbox, he's still above 50%. He's at 52%. But he's really lagging on the PlayStation side for some reason. Crooks, what do you think about these numbers here?
I mean, the Daniel Cormier 69 win percentage is not it's not too much of a surprise because of how good he is in light heavyweight and heavyweight as well. That Volkanovski win percentage really surprises me, especially when you see a lot of people using Connor and and Max. I mean, those two guys are very, very good stand-up fighters. But for Volkanovski to have that high of a win percentage just speaks testaments to how good the guys are on the PS4 side with mixing up their games, striking, grappling. And then to see Connor above Max in terms of win percentage is actually really high. It's really actually incredible to see because we all know Max Holloway has one of the best chins in the game. He has the durability, he has the spinning elbows, the knees, the turning takedowns, everything that you could want. But that Connor has a higher win percentage than him is actually really insane.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And I think Volk gets Holloway's number big time as well. So very interesting stats. We'll keep track of this as the season goes on. But let's move on very quickly to the types of finishes. These are almost exactly the same as Xbox. Not many decisions. Lots of TKOs. That's the finish, the fight sequence. But still, about a quarter of all fights are just straight up knockouts. Stop the fight. Only 13%, quote unquote, only 13% submissions. Crooks, again, pretty similar to Xbox. What do you see from these?
I mean, they're just all people are trying to get finishes. That's what I love to see. The highest of the high guys coming in here, and they're not trying to play no games out here. They're trying to get you out as soon as possible in any way, and it's a really really fun thing to watch as well as a tough thing to do as a competitor. But we are the upper echelon of talent in terms of competing, so it's real good to see that we're still able to get finishes up here.
Nice, nice. Frank, don't want to leave you out of the conversation. Any thoughts on the top fighters or the types of finishes so far?
Yeah, real quick, back to top fighters. I noticed Max has a 33.3% win percentage. It almost matches up perfectly with Volk's 67.7. And I'm also wondering how mirror matches play into that because obviously you're going to get a win and a loss from each of those. I wonder how many times Holloway has been mirrored on PS4 and just what the percentage of that is carried over to the other percentages, as well as for finishes. The 44% TKO rate really just lets me know that people don't mess around. They don't play with their food up here, man. You see somebody, you get a shot at somebody, you take it. You have to, and that's what we're seeing up here at the highest levels of competition. People see those opportunities and they jump on them and they swarm, man. These guys are really good at finishing fights.
Absolutely, absolutely. I won't nerd out about the mirror matches, but it does have somewhat of an effect. I'll say that the kind of the rich get richer and the poor get poorer on the mirror matches, meaning Holloway is kind of brought up from some of those mirror matches, and he's actually has a lower than 33% fighting non-mirror matches, which is even more insane if you think about it. Let's go ahead and move on to the second half of the stats. KOs, not TKOs. This is just clean knockouts. Stop the fight. There is no finish the fight follow-up. You don't need a Herb Dean to jump in. Very similar to Xbox. Hook, 34%. Uppercut, 34%. Head kick and straight. Those four types of knockouts are in the exact same order, slightly different numbers as Xbox. But we do see a little bit more variety with a few more elbows, overhands, and knees compared to Xbox. But really, Crooks, it's the fundamentals that finish the fights, those hooks, those head kicks, those uppercuts.
Yeah, I mean it's a good thing to see that hooks, uppercuts, head kicks, and straights get most of the finishes. I'm a little concerned by the elbows and the knees because those are tend to be a little bit on the side of broken. But the overhands are really a great thing to see. But overall, it looks really similar to what we got from Xbox as well. Frank, is there really anything that stands out to you here from these knockouts that you see?
Well, in my opinion, I feel like the overhand percentage might be just a little, just a touch low, but at the same time, it's a high risk, high reward strike. So, you know, people up here understand that risk and are a little bit more averse to throwing it for good reason. Now, I would like an extended cut of the boiler room at some point so I can see the split between lead hooks, rear hooks, and lead uppercuts and rear uppercuts, and also see the percentage of when somebody was going for a body shot on those uppercuts. But that's another thing for another time.
I do have some of those, but again, for another time. Don't worry, we got some more stats in the treasure box here. All right, submissions. Let's take a look real quick here. Very similar in the top 3 or 4 to Xbox again. Arm bar, rear naked choke, arm triangles, the top 3. A little bit too much standing guillotine. We talked about that last week, Crooks. But there are a few more better variety, less standard finishes we saw here in the submissions. The bulldog chokes, the anaconda, Kimura, gogoplata, the guillotine out of full guard. Crooks, which one of the, well, first off, just overall, what do you think about these submission stats, and which of these do you think is the most difficult or most legit to pull off?
I mean, these stats are actually really good. I mean, they're kind of similar to Xbox 2 with a little more variety. But the armbar is obviously going to be prevalent because it's one of the more easier ones to get, especially when you take full mount, you get a denial and you're able to get your opponent out of there with an armbar. But the hardest sub for me, honestly, would probably be the guillotine out of full guard, just because of the predictability of it. It's hard to get. You have to gain a lot of GA or get a denial on it in order to get it. So that would be the hardest sub for me to not only get, but to see somebody else get. Frank, what do you think?
Needs more darts. No, that's one thing I would love to see, just more darts chokes. But again, it's such a rare choke. Not everybody has it. I think you have to have at least a level 3 in unorthodox chokes to get the darts in the first place. And then you have to be on bottom and side control to even initiate that submission. So obviously it's not going to happen a lot, but I, for one, would love to see it.
Absolutely. I was about to say, these subs only include ESFL numbered events, so the summer series doesn't count. Like the other affiliate cards don't count. So there have been other types of finishes, of course, in ESFL broadcasts, but for the numbered events, for the the pay-per-views, these are all that you've seen.
Well, interesting breakdowns. Thank you so much for bringing that to us, Boiler. Again, I'm going to be coming to you later so we can get all the ins and outs of the things that we missed today. But we've got a great weekend scheduled ahead of us. We've got ESFL 122 today, of course, but tomorrow, make sure you guys tune back in so you can check out ESFL Proving Grounds. This is something that I think is going to be a lot of fun. We've got 5 best-of-3 matches, and it's kind of like a contender series style format where the winner of each of these sets of 3 is going to get a guaranteed roster spot on the ESFL. Oh. And I always think it's a higher level of competition where you got 2 people in there who know exactly what it is they're fighting for, and that's what we've got on this card, guys. These guys are looking for their shots at the ESFL and potentially at immortality. Every legend has a beginning. We're hoping that the Proving Grounds can be that beginning for somebody's legend to start tomorrow. So that's going to be a great event. And I predict that it's going to be a banger. Speaking of predictions, let's get into this card, fellas. Right. Let's get some predictions going. What are you thinking for our main event? We'll start with you, Boiler.
I'm going to have to go with Zyaf. Now, he has had, if I recall, a little bit of trouble with someone who lagged, but I'm not going to focus on the lag. Let's focus on the skill set, because both of these gentlemen, extremely skilled. Mad Turk, not to be underrated either. And he even wrote in the competitor Discord, he said, I'm going to teach Zyaf, don't mess with the Turks. So he's taking this personally, it sounds like. Still seeing Zyaf coming through with that win, getting that 6th title defense. Crooks, what are you thinking about this main event?
It's going to be a hard one. Like I said, the connection is going to play a real big part into it. Turk's very good grappling. When I played him, he's very, very good on the timing, the denials, and the takedowns on that connection. But I think Zyaf is just going to be a little bit too much for him. Zyaf offers just too much in terms of what he brings to the table for Turk to be able to handle. So I think Zyaf is not only going to win this fight, I think he gets a ground and pound finish probably in about the 3rd or 4th round of this fight. I think he just takes his time. Frank, what do you think? What do you think about this main event?
As far as this main event goes, from what I've seen from TurkTheTerror, they are a very well-rounded player and have a really good skill set. I just, unfortunately for them, don't think it's going to be enough whenever we're talking about Zyaf, who's defended both belts multiple times. Again, like you said, Boiler, this is going to be going for his 6th title defense on the PlayStation side of things. He's going for Michael Jordan territory. Like 6 titles is ridiculous. And he has the potential to get that today. And we're going to see if he's able to pull that off. I'm predicting a 2nd round knockout on the feet, potentially by uppercut.
Nice. Absolutely. Other fights on the card, I'm looking at, obviously, the co-main, BangBang and ElevenBravo have had the pleasure of losing to both of them in the octagon, but both great fighters. Whoever wins, I really think is going to get the next title shot, unless, of course, Zyaf happens to lose and there's an auto rematch. But otherwise, I expect the winner of this co-main to make it. And for a prediction, I'm going to go to the 7th fight of the evening, almost dead square in the middle. Swiss versus Death Punch, the winner of the Esports Summer Series, Death Punch. Swiss is chomping at the bit. He's looking to get some revenge for the community over Death Punch and try to beat him down. Death Punch, of course, trying to show he's not just a fluke. And then that big win, that big money win, is just the start of his new career. So looking forward to that. My prediction, though, is Swiss is going to pound him out. 2nd round KO.
Yeah, and for that co-main, I got ElevenBravo getting the win over BangBang, even though I think it's going to be a closely contested fight. But I have ElevenBravo challenging Zyaf on our next PlayStation card for that ESFL title.
Nice.
I think I actually would agree with that assessment, Crooks. Bravo, I feel like both these guys are great strikers, but I feel like Bravo is just really good on the ground, and I feel like that advantage is what's going to show itself in this fight against BangBang. I feel like it's going to be the beginning of the end when Bravo gets the side control. That's just a little slight prediction. But I'm going to go to the prelims real quick. I'm predicting that JayJeezer is going to be able to keep up his momentum from last week. He had probably the best performance I've seen out of him in the UFL. And I feel like after you have a performance like that, your momentum and your confidence have got to be riding high. And I feel like that's going to play a big part in this, in his competition today. We'll see how it goes, of course.
Nice. Great.
And if you guys have any predictions, make sure you let us know in the chat. Make sure you guys give us a follow on all of our social medias. Make sure you get into the Discord so you guys can get involved in all of this great action. But I believe we are ready to get things kicked off with ESFL 122. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I've been your host, Frank No Streaming, along with Boiler and Crooks. Gentlemen, do you have any last thoughts that you want to give us before we head out of here?
I'm just so stoked for this, man. It's Labor Day weekend, at least here in the U.S. Got a nice card ahead of us. And, man, I'm just happy that the ESFL is back. Cannot wait.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this card so much. There's so many names that we've learned are high-level players. I can't wait to get the season kicked off and to see who's going to establish themselves, who's going to make a name for themselves in this new season, and to see if Zyaf can keep that roll on with his 6th title defense. It's going to be crazy, and I can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
It's all coming up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESFL Gaming Network for ESFL 122. Zyaf versus Mad Turk for the PlayStation throne to start things off in Season 3. In the co-main event, we've got ElevenBravo versus BangBang. Joining me in the booth is my man, Bruce Lee Rob. Bruce, how are we feeling today?
Yo, we're feeling fantastic. What's up, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, ESFL 122. And finally, Bane, we are not reunited, but united for the first time.
This is our first time in the booth. I could not be happier to be sharing it with you. But before we dig into today's card, Rob, I want to throw it back just several days to last weekend, ESFL 121, as well as an ADOX tournament with special guest Robin Black. Bruce, I just want to get your thoughts real quick on what it means to bring figures like this into the esports arena and what that can do moving forward for us as a network.
Right, it just completely brings legitimacy to EA Sports UFC 4, to the ESFL. Notorious figure Robin Black and his knowledge of fighting just, proves that this game is a simulation of fighting, the most unique game, the only game that brings, that sort of level to the playing field. And it was just amazing how fast he was able to pick up on these little nuances that takes players, months to figure out just because he had that real life knowledge, Bane. It was incredible to work with Robin.
Synapses were definitely firing all of the neurological information that we got. I mean, the brain is the game, and the Bane is ready to call tonight's fights, Rob. Let's throw it over to the bracket and break down what are sure to be an electrifying event to start things off on PlayStation. Really quickly, the first one is Daniel the Freeman. This guy is highly ranked in OWC, wants to bring something new with his calf-only style. Rob, this is not something that we see at this level. Creative fighter-only action.
Right. Some people actually say the creative fighters, you're at a disadvantage, but your ability to master that creative fighter shows that you are a gangster out there, and I can't wait to see his creativity with that CAF Bane.
And again, Kamapolia War looked good in all of the ESFL Camp Wars that he was representing War in. Dangerous submissions. So I have to imagine that this first fight of the evening will hit the mat, but the second one sure to be a well-balanced one. JayJeezer versus Ungodly War. Let's talk real quick about records momentarily. 1-5 overall is JayJeezer. This guy is... His back is against the fence. I mean, he needs something big tonight, Rob.
He really does. You know, back against the wall, like you said, 1-5. He really needs a win. He's shown a lot of glimpses of class and excellence, but he has a tough opponent over there. Godly War's doing his thing. High-level player, representing that camp war 2-3, and he's looking to make a statement out here. So it's going to be a tough one. Much needed win for JayJeezer here.
Very experienced striker is Ungodly as War, but the one thing that you can't count out is the kid himself. JayJeezer has one of the biggest hearts on the scene, looking to see him put it in the octagon tonight. Next one up is Ali Creed, 1-2 overall, showing some glimpses as well, right, in the ADOX Muay Thai segments of the ESFL network, but when you put it all together, he's sometimes struggled. SamboWAR making the ESFL debut, have called several of his fights in the past, and can tell you this guy is calculated everywhere. Great takedown defense, as well as footwork, moving laterally, circling, finding different angles. I mean, Ali is a great kickboxer, but definitely a tough task tonight for him, Rob.
For sure, you know, two fighters that are very, you know, well disciplined in the striking realm. Sambo making his debut tonight, going against someone who's had 3 fights in the Esports Fight League, and we all know about those jitters when you get under the bright lights. You got the likes of, you know, the beautiful, the Bane, and me and Fekit back there, and all the, you know, the crowd. It's a different sort of atmosphere, and this is gonna really tell what kind of a athlete SamboWAR is.
Talking about athletes moving onwards and upwards, MorbidMadLad versus Samurai Robin 99. Rob, I just need to know what you think about the unfortunate 0-3 that MorbidMadLad has pitched thus far in the ESFL.
You know, it's tough out here. The Esports Fight League, these are the best fighters in the world, all coming together, training hard. MorbidMadLad is a very skilled opponent, but he is desperate. He really, out of everyone on this card, he needs to get this win, Bane. He really needs to. And Samurai Robin over there making his UFC debut, he is going to be, you know, he's going to be tough. He's got good timing. He's got great distance management, Bane, and he's well versatile. This will be a key matchup.
That's what I'm most interested in for Samurai Robin, is the range. Morbid is a guy who wants to get in close. He wants to clinch you, go for the judo throws, the hip tosses, potentially pull guard even. Morbid throws it really all out of the bag. So if Samurai can keep him at range and pick him apart from the outside, that would be my best bet. But against a guy like Morbid, yes, he is 0-3, but you can never really count him out. I've seen this guy pull off victories from the verge of defeat. And talking about defeat, Ea Ben and Kai W, both guys have tasted some lows, but have also felt the highest of highs. How do you make that one between a 3-5 competitor and another ESFL debutant in Ea Ben?
Well, Ea Ben is making his debut as well, and he's going against KAIW, which can get a little confusing for us because those, letters are so similarly put. But some say that KAIW is the Hamzat of the ESFL. He's going to go and use his hands to set up those takedowns, and Ea Ben is very dangerous. So he's got to watch out for those takedowns, and he needs to, stay calm and dry off those thumbs because a sweaty thumb will make you miss those flicks, Bane.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Again, the button inputs can definitely be detracted with some perspiration down on the fingers. But we'll say one other mention of KA, Ben, is the Killers in Action camp. I mean, these
Right.
guys are impressing greatly on what I guess I would say the regional circuit. Some of these smaller promotions, KIA just coming in and taking over. Now they are arriving to the main stage. I'm interested to see how he represents them being a fast starter. Let's hope he doesn't gas out too quickly. Moving forward, MartialMachine versus EzzyEZ. Now, this is one to watch. EzzyEZ is Ed Parker's student, his protege, the 2-1 combatant, is also the co-founder of CW, and as you'd expect, being an Ed Parker student, a high-level striker. MartialMachine took out Ed Parker in esports matchups before and was a tourney finalist. So this is sort of a student versus the teacher in some extent.
Right, and when your teacher is one of the greatest strikers in the history of the game, you know that you're going to be very skillful. EzzyEZ is just extremely good, confident with his grappling. His striking is so accurate, and this is where we're starting to move up towards the winning records. Both of these guys are fantastic in this realm of EA Sports UFC 4, and MartialMachine, not Martial Mind, MartialMachine, esports tournament finalist. This guy has a lot of experience, and he's like a drone. He's like the Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger out there, Bane. He's scary.
Let's see if he can put that in action, or he's gonna have to surrender. Now, as much as I love talking about the fights, I love watching them too. Let's get into the first one of the evening. ESFL 122, starting off with the kid himself, JayJeezer, taking on Ungodly War.
Here we go. This is going to be a great start. I can't wait for this event, and these guys are kicking it off, and we will see who they select here, Bane.
Definitely a great question, JayJeezer, with that balanced ground game, so many different options for him. You know, I have to think the Poirier pick's also good. Want to make a quick note to the boys in the back. It does say Dan Freeman versus Kamapulia War. Unsure if that's the one we're getting started with officially.
Right.
But either way, they've selected it. I'm ready to go. Rob, I don't know about yourself, but it appears that we've got a fight at 155 ahead of us.
Yeah, let's go. It seems, you know, we're a little bit confused here, but it looks like this is the fight that we're going with. Daniel, the Freeman, using his creative fighter versus Kamapulia War. And let's see what these guys bring to the table.
And Dustin Poirier right at 155. Power punching, incredibly accurate and precise, but also great ground game. Has the rubber, has the 4-star submissions to boot. If I'm Dan Freeman, I want to keep this on the feet for as long as I can. Have to think he always picks balance virtuoso, I believe.
Right, balance virtuoso. You know, I don't know too much about the creative fighters, if I'm being honest. But here we go. Take down right away. Easy. Light work, Bane.
Definitely, and that's a statement made within the first 30 seconds. Kamapulia is on his back. Freeman in half guard. Now a big reversal right there, though.
Yeah, nice little flick from Kama. Now he's in full mount. He's going to have to, you know, control and deny and maintain. Uh-oh. Nice posture up.
Ground and pound from the diamond now comes back down. Freeman's got the right hand on the back of the head, trying to maintain position and control.
Yeah, Kama just staying patient. There's a fake right there, and again, able to posture up. But, you know, good defense from Daniel from the bottom. You know, he's not taking too much damage. Uh-oh.
Diamond Poirier's got about 2- and 3-star BJJ wrestling and transitions, things like that. Pretty even across the board, but Freeman now
loses it. I don't even know what submission that was, Bane.
It could have been maybe a twister setup. Unsure what that one really is as well. But now you can see Freeman getting pretzeled into half guard goes Kama. Now this is a feeling out process for the first several minutes, right? Just testing the reactions, gauging what the opponent does on the mat. If you are Dan Freeman, Rob, is this where you want to be so early in this contest?
Definitely not. You know, Kama's been able to control Daniel on the ground, Bane, and he has not been able to shake this man off. And again, there's that arm triangle. Kama's trying to put this guy away with a submission, and we'll see if he's able to control it here.
Could be a question in Kama's mind, right? Exploit the creative fighter's weaknesses, but Dan Freeman thus far impressing. 2-minute warning, big denial right there.
Yeah, nice flick. Daniel showing that he's got some jiu-jitsu on the ground. Kama really, okay. He's going to decide to stand up and land a nice little body kick there, and we'll see the striking of these two now at the 1-minute 41-second mark. Oh, what a beautiful little sidestep there.
And that's exactly what you want to do if you see that move coming towards you, right? Just a little bit of a step off to the side, completely misses, and massive counter opportunity, but not a lot to counter right there. Kama really touching up the midsection of Dan Freeman.
He is, and he's starting to walk him down a little bit. Kama's starting to get, comfortable. He's looked good from the opening bell of this fight, and Daniel really unable to put any offense together here, Bang.
Ab kick right there does land, but it seems that Dan Freeman is a little too complacent. Needs to put the foot on the gas a little bit more, impose his will against Kama Polya. What is being apparent so far is he needs to earn Kama's respect before he will back off. That check right there just might do it.
And that was a nice check. That's what he needs. Oh, what a pull elbow. That is dangerous. Good shot from Kama. And yeah, Daniel needs to get his offense flowing a little bit. Here he goes. But Kama utilizing that head movement very nicely, getting out of the way. And there's round number 1 and a great round for Kama. Oh!
And a big left hand over the top. Louisiana left has that hot sauce touching the chin of Dan Freeman to conclude the first round. Would be interested to know how that one tasted after so many attacks, right? In that first 5 minutes, Kama really was mixing it up beautifully. A lot of that groundwork is going to pay dividends, but this work on the feet is really what's going to separate Dan Freeman's chances of having success. You can see a big knee right there from the Freeman. Seen a lot of Freeman highlights through this first 5.
Yeah, and it's interesting because usually they show the highlights of the man that's won the round, I believe, but you see in the stats right there, 12 significant strikes. And, Daniel really needs to find his rhythm in this second fight because Kama has already found that flow early in round number 1.
No touch of gloves to start things off in round 2. Freeman once again shoots for a takedown.
Nice takedown. Beautiful takedown there. And we'll see what kind of ground game Daniel has here now. If he's able to get anything off. And
Freeman.
I wonder what language this is, Bane.
I think that he's French. I think from the French leaves, Dan Freeman is. Could be wrong there. Someone please correct me. But
what a
massive takedown from Freeman.
Yeah, big takedown. That's going to take the body health away. That's going to kill the stamina. That's just going to play good mental warfare. Oh, crucifix, Bane. Uh-oh. And he gets the deny.
And he controls it. This is the difference that we're seeing in round 2 from Dan Freeman is control. In the first round, he really allowed Kama to reverse positions and gain all of that control time. But Freeman doing a great job of mitigating success here in the second set of 5 minutes. Right there, though, Kama, can he get away?
No. Wow, good defense by Kama, getting that denial. L2, R2, he's on those sticks. And here he comes with Dustin Poirier. He's trying to utilize that teep kick there, and he's going to try to do some damage. Daniel has to be careful using pivots.
95 punch power of Poirier. He does have the dynamite in the ends of those gloves, but some knees from Freeman on the inside.
Nice knees in the clinch, and there's the shot again, and he's going to turn it, and he gets it. Good job. Nice completion. And again, Daniel finds himself on top.
And Freeman really impressing with the takedowns, at least. One does hit the mat. He does seem to be pretty adept at getting it there. Staying there, though, is the question. Kama does pop up.
Yeah, he has not been able to hold Kama down at all. Kama is just springing up like a chicken in the morning, cock-a-doodle-doing all over his ass.
Wakey, eggs and bakey does seem to be the approach from Kama. Minute 50 remains in this second round through the first 10 minutes. Oh!
Couple nice shots there by Daniel.
And that's the sort of... Oh! That is it! Damn, Freeman silences Kama Polya in round 2, Rob.
Out of nowhere, too. I mean, that was just a beautiful placement of that uppercut. I mean, we got to see that replay, but he just shut down the power of poor Kama. I mean, Kama forgot to pay his bill this month, I think.
And that was a withdrawal from hell. That uppercut announced itself in a big way. And you can see it's just wrong time to duck, unfortunately. Dan Freeman timed it perfectly. And I was just about to suggest that on the feet, it seemed he was a step behind. When it hit the mat, he was doing a much better job in round 2. But in those striking exchanges through 10 minutes, it seemed that Kama Polya was the one having more success. Definitely changed my mind about that very quickly, Rob.
Yeah, it looked like Daniel was kind of trying to get his footing, maybe a little nerve, just trying to get into his rhythm. And Kama came out really strong in round number 1, got a few takedowns, was letting his hands go, getting the better of the exchanges. And then round number 2 comes Bane, and then you see Daniel kind of get a few takedowns, and Kama popping right back up, showing his ability to get back to the feet. And then you see the fireworks. You see the big shot, the uppercut. You see Kama duck down for a body shot, and then you see him greeted by the uppercut from hell, and he sent him into another dimension and gets the win tonight. Big win for Daniel.
Massive. And now we have a creative fighter who is successful in the ESFL. But moving onwards and upwards, it seems that the boys in the back have flipped it around. Now we're getting into JayJeezer versus Ungodly War. Once again, Jeezer 1-5 needs a big win here. Rob, I'll let you take this one away.
All right, here we go. We got JayJeezer 1-5. He really needs a win like we were talking about, like the analysts were talking about before the show. He's a balanced fighter. He has a lot of pressure and a lot of heart. It's hard to put this man away, but Ungodly War stands across from him, ladies and gentlemen. 2-3, high level, representing that war camp. He's only lost to the top ESFL competition. A very experienced striker, comfortable everywhere, always going to bring the action. He's looking to make a statement tonight, Bane.
Absolutely, and choosing Nick Diaz is a definite statement against Robert the Reaper Whitaker. Whitaker, one of the most well-balanced people in this roster. Nick Diaz, though, very, very dangerous on the feet. Boxing is crisp. The fundamentals there in the pocket. Diaz will absolutely tear Whitaker apart, at least in my opinion, with Jeezer on the sticks. But Ungodly War is a guy who likes to stand and bang, as they say, Rob.
Exactly, and there's no better player to stand and bang than Robert Whitaker. Possesses a lot of power, a lot of speed, and the key to this fight is him landing that body kick on Diaz on its southpaw stance. That body is ripe for the picking. Also the leg kicks, but we'll see if he's able to do that. A little bit of lag right now, Bane. Look, we're staring right at Dan Mergliotta's bald, shiny head.
Mergliotta in slow motion to the center of the octagon to get things started here. Really taking his time, as they say. Dan is just sort of bathing in the limelight of the ESFL Gaming Network.
Yeah, he's enjoying. He's doing the robot in there. We'll see.
Mechanical
Maybe
Dan.
Oh, here we go. We're ready.
Dan
we're
is
ready,
still,
Dan.
He's just, it's one of these. It's one of these.
We're just waiting. Oh, there we go.
And it's gone.
See you later. All right. Hello again.
Welcome back. So a couple things to unpack about
Sure.
Whitaker and Diaz while we're still
Right.
here on the statistics side. Cardio 95, chin 92 for Whitaker. So decent health stats. Only thing that really concerns me would be the 92 chin and body. Just a little bit below average, as they say.
And what's Nick Diaz's specialty, Bane? It's the body shots. He is so nasty with his body combinations, mixing it up to the head. He is very, very dangerous. And Nick Diaz is only a 3.5 star in this game, but certain players can really utilize his reach, his striking prowess, and make it a really difficult night. And if you try to take him down, the guy's got some good jujitsu.
Completely. And when you look at the submission defense of Robert Whitaker, it is 95, so he can hold his own when it does get in that position. But anytime you've got a Diaz, right, a Gracie-trained Diaz riding your back or in top mount, it just spells problems, in my opinion. And another thing, right, to mention the durability. You are going to have a task and a half getting Nick Diaz out of there. And while Robert Whitaker can absolutely do it, the 4.5 star stand-up is completely there. It just begs a lot of questions, right? Is that really maybe the best way to go about it, right? Maybe point fighting a little bit, trying to get the reads, because I feel inside the pocket, the combinations of Diaz would just be a little bit too much for that Whitaker chin.
Right, I think it's pretty even inside the pocket because, Whitaker has a lot of power. I don't think Diaz has the power. I don't know if he has the speed. I'm sure you have those stats for us, Bane. But you know what I'm excited for, Bane? I'm excited for the real Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler coming soon. Can you imagine 39-year-old Nick Diaz versus 39-year-old Robbie Lawler? Bane, what do you think about this?
It's a blast from the past when you think about it, right? Nick Diaz's competitive career has been on a hiatus since 2015. When you look at his fights before that, GSP in 2013, Carlos Condit in 2012, both of those were losses. He hasn't gotten a hand raised in a number of years. You look at Robbie Lawler's career, winless since 2017, losing to the names of Colby Covingtons, right? The Ben Askrens. I believe there was an RDA loss in there. It's just, it's tough for me to back ruthless Robbie Lawler because ruthless hasn't shown up to the office since, you could say that Carlos Condit one. So we'll see what happens. I'm just hoping that Robbie Lawler comes in, stands and bangs and throws like we want both of those gentlemen too. But we're hearing some words in the back about moving forward. So we're going to do Ollie Creed and SamboWAR. Rob, I'll let you break this one down between the debutante and the 1-2 overall Ollie Creed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're skipping over. Here we go. We got SamboWAR making his debut tonight. The man's got good boxing and footwork, calculated striking. He's got great takedown defense, so good luck in this fight, Mr. Ali Creed. But Ali Creed sporting a 1-2. He's had 3 fights under his belt. He's got some experience. He's showed glimpses of great striking in the 8OX tournament. And whenever you're competing in the 8OX, you know that you're getting the skills necessary to compete here in the ESFL. Great kickboxing, pressure brawler. Here we go. Ali Creed versus SamboWAR.
Down at 170 appears we're going to have a Jorge Gamebred Masvidal mirror match potentially, or one of these gentlemen is just figuring out the stats. I love to see in competition the opponents have it like hovering on the same just to see what the stats would look like if they're going to pick another one. But we are seeing a mirror match between the backyard brawler himself, Gamebred, entering the ESFL Octagon for the first time this evening.
Yeah, and we know with a Jorge Masvidal pick, we're going to see some big punches, some flying knees, and it's going to be a brawl. These guys are going to bring 95 punch power, 95 punch speed, and we're going to see who's the better striker. Kill or be killed here, Bane.
Heat-seeking missiles for hands and also baseball bats for legs. I mean, when those collide in any appendage, it does damage, and I'd love to see the kick power and kick speed utilized just to give the opponent something to think about. I love when competitors mix it up beautifully.
And that's the most important thing in this game is mixing it up, making sure your opponent's not making reads on you, and you're overloading them because these guys are neurological athletes, and they need to be firing at all cylinders.
Right hand to the body going upstairs is Ali Creed. You'd anticipate with the name Ali, he'd be moving and grooving inside the ESFL Octagon. Fires it straight right down the middle right there. Good leg kick from SamboWAR.
And they're just standing in the pocket, and you're seeing neither guy wanting to take a back step, but finally SamboWAR relieving some of that Octagon control to Ali Creed.
Now, the one thing I'm concerned about for Ali Creed is the brawling. This guy loves to stand and trade inside the phone booth, but that could cost him. You can see the head health already somewhat diminished several minutes into this fight. SamboWAR being a very patient striker through the first 90 seconds.
Yeah, and SamboWAR is also landing that leg kick beautifully on the left leg of his opponent, and that's going to start adding up, and he's starting to move and groove in there. Ooh, big shots by Sambo. He's starting to flow.
Great off-time combination right there. You can see Sambo pepper upstairs, take a little bit of an offbeat, and then continue with the slip straight. Action is violent. SamboWAR now just tearing up every part of the body, the chin, and then, as you mentioned, going downstairs to the leg. SamboWAR, a true athlete and student of the game.
Yeah, Sambo's looking very smooth out here, using his pivots, using his movement, also catching his opponent whenever Ali Creed throws like an empty body kick, he just cracks him. Oh, what a beautiful bull counter by Ali Creed. Uh-oh, Sambo backing up.
SamboWAR gets tested momentarily, but you can see the lateral movement is so good. He's very adept at circling back to the center of the octagon and being the aggressor, right? Which is so important in this game, in my professional opinion, is the one moving forward. But that flying knee right there just might give him some questions, Rob.
Yeah, you know, moving forward is very important, but SamboWAR is proving that he can fight going backwards. He's going to utilize his pivots. He's going to get out of the way, and look at the, oh my goodness, but it's Ali Creed again, landing the heavy shots. Big ones, Bane.
And you have to think Ali Creed with the significance is what you want to see. A third time, SamboWAR gets rocked.
Another rock. That's 3 rocks now for Ali Creed, and SamboWAR, his stamina is getting low, and mentally you don't know how he's feeling after taking 3 big shots. He needs to do something, and there's still a lot of time on the clock here, Bane, a minute.
This is like a lion in the Serengeti looking at a gazelle. You could see Ali Creed stalking his prey right here. Just under a minute remains, but SamboWAR fires back and connects on the chin.
And SamboWAR seems to be regaining his footing a little bit. He's, you know, providing some good defense. That left leg is still a little damaged on Ali, but man, what a round for Ali Creed. Really landing some big shots, making a statement, adding to that record. He wants number 2, Bane.
Whoa! It slipped straight right into the body attack. Great work there from SamboWAR to conclude the first set of 5 minutes. And you have to think, SamboWAR, the chin health is now the question. After 3 rocks, the damage that's been done in these first 5 could spell disaster as we continue to the second set of 5 minutes.
For sure, Sambo already facing some adversity, Bane, and we're really gonna find out a lot about him here because he's fighting an experienced fighter that has had 4 fights under his belt in Ali Creed, and Ali already striking first blood, landing the knee, and wow, that block's getting blown up. It's dwindling.
And I'd love to see more SamboWAR. Oh, great kicks right there from Ali Creed, right? Try to draw out the reactions of Ali Creed, because we know Creed wants to stand inside the pocket and do damage. If you draw out a big power shot and then counter perfectly, SamboWAR's back again, but now he's down.
Yes, that's very smart. You know, oh my goodness, he's getting some big shots right now. Ali Creed is letting his hands fly. Heat seekers, like you said. Oh, but there's the body shot. Oh, lands to the face. Oh, what a duck.
Shift of momentum is there now. Ali Creed is the one getting backed up. SamboWAR.
Bang!
Chinbuck gets hit.
Another pull counter. Oh my goodness. This fight is heating up, ladies and gentlemen. Both these guys landing big shots with Jorge Masvidal. Oh my goodness, the flying knee. What I say, we see a lot of flying knees, and there's that leg kick again, Bane.
That is the tactic that I think SamboWAR needs to still be dedicated to. You saw him get away from it in the first several minutes of the second round, right? Not a lot of leg kicks, but you can see the damage that he's done. If he continues that game plan, it will absolutely compromise Ali Creed. Massive
It will.
standing and trading right there.
It will definitely, Bane, and it'll take away the power from Ali Creed, too. The more you land the leg kicks, the less power, you know, Ali Creed will possess. But, man, the head health has been done. The body health has been compromised. SamboWAR is in a little bit of trouble here.
Definitely, and when you analyze the cardiovascular situation, he's breathing heavy. He's about at half-mast with the stamina. It's just not looking good for him, but now he turns the tides!
He's parted the sea, and that body shot buckles Ali Creed. Ali Creed trying to defend himself, slips that first straight, and it is almost over. But wow, good defense. Ali Creed regains himself, and he's gonna live to fight another day.
Not in trouble of getting TKO there, but you look at the head health, you look at the body health, you look at the leg health. SamboWAR is a surgeon in this second set of 5 minutes, just clinically tearing apart the appendages, but we know that Ali Creed can make moments happen. Great combination right there on the inside.
I concur, my friend. He is surgically clinical out there, and now he's starting to put the pressure on. He's coming for the kill, and it was usually Ali, you know, Creed moving forward, but now it is Sambo putting on the pressure, landing a right hook.
You know, and that's the thing, right? We looked at the fundamentals. Ow! Ow!
Oh, he ran right into it. That's not good.
This could be it.
This could be it, and it is. Oh, see ya. Look at the celebration. He busted his legs to celebrate. That's the dedication he brings to the table.
Masvidal blew out his ACL right after TKOing SamboWAR. Ali Creed victorious today in a round where SamboWAR, some would say, is coming back, right? The success that Sambo is having, gets the knockdown, rocks Ali Creed several times to various parts of the body. I mean, the momentum was really on his side through that second round. But Ali Creed, as mentioned, can make these moments happen out of thin air. The Magic Man himself gets the job done and now progresses to 2-2 overall. Rob, he's evened out the record.
He has, and he fought against a dangerous SamboWAR, and you know that's where Ali Creed seems to shine. You know, in the scouting report, it said he was a pressure brawler with great kickboxing, and he proved it. You know, in the first round, he came out powerful, strong. He had momentum, but then he faced a little adversity in that second round. Sambo was coming. Both guys were landing some big shots. And, you know, Ali Creed just landing that perfectly placed uppercut, Bane. I mean, what a win. 2-2. Sambo moving to 0-1, but both guys put on a show. That was an exciting fight.
And, you know, for SamboWAR, someone who took this fight on short notice, who climbed into the ESFL octagon without the fight camp, without the preparation necessary to make the leap, to me, very impressive performance. Faced that adversity, came back in the second round until he couldn't anymore. I do look forward to seeing him back, but you know who I'm looking forward to seeing back more is MorbidMadLad. Let's see if he can finally get one on the board, or if Samurai Robin, the semi-pro kickboxer in real life with a simulation-based style, can move him to 0-4 and potentially out of the ESFL round.
Right, Samurai Robin is 0-0, making his UFC debut, or excuse me, ESFL debut. But he's going against a dangerous lion, a little hungry tiger, if you will, Bane. You know, he's 0-3. He's training hard. He's super motivated right now, and he's got great wrestling and unorthodox striking and good submission offense. He's going to be attacking everywhere and anywhere on that mat. And Samurai Robin has great distance management, like we talked about early. Good timing, versatile. And he's going to really need to keep that range, land some front kicks, and just keep this MorbidMadLad off of him. Here we go, though. MorbidMadLad versus Samurai Robin. Big fight ahead.
Now, Rob Font versus Piotr No Mercy Jan is truly the matchup that makes the most sense for me down at bantamweight, right? Each guy answers the questions of the others in a great way, both orthodox, with Font having a slight reach advantage. Have to think the New England Cartel member who's dedicated to that jab will make the most of it tonight.
For sure. I love using Rob Font, his range, his speed, his ability to mix up kicks. He is a phenomenal striker, but we all know that Peter Yan is so durable. He's got the Force of Nature perk, which allows less damage if you have more health than the opponent. It could snowball Bane, and you got to watch out. Those bombs in his hands are real.
And you can already see the volume of Samurai Robin throwing with intent through the first minute. And MorbidMadLad, not a lot of head movement, right? Just sticking behind the forearms and catching those shots around the guard.
Yeah, he's getting pop shot right now by Samurai Robin. Beautiful defense, sprawls. He anticipated that takedown, and already that's a big moment. A lot of movement, a lot of jumping around.
And MorbidMadLad is just getting picked apart right here in this first couple of minutes.
He is. The lead hook, the straights. Morbid just walking forward. Finally a poke, but that's a great shot.
MorbidMadLad waits for the right moment and counters beautifully, now putting some questions in the mind of Samurai Robin. You can see now he looks for that pullback elbow again. Want to differentiate if I was him. Samurai Robin doing great work on the outside, picking Morbid apart.
Oh man, Samurai's landing heavy shots. He's even adding the rear hook now to his arsenal, and that's gonna spell trouble. You know, MorbidMadLad is just plodding forward, using no head movement and just getting pieced apart, Bane.
It's such an interesting strategy watching Morbid fight. He really puts himself at deficits many times, and that's exactly what he's doing here, right? Just walking down, and you can
that
see.
rear hook. Yep, he caught that rear hook again. He's got to be careful. He's got to use some head movement. He can't just stand there and just be battered. Oh man.
Oh! As you say it, he makes these instances, these opportunities, these angles. Samurai Robin gets clipped right there. Now MorbidMadLad tries to take the back, denied from Rob Font.
Good denial there. You don't want, you know, MorbidMadLad to get you down. That's where he shines, and it seems like he's just trying to pressure Samurai Robin with his striking and overwhelm him. But man, Samurai is just fighting so flawlessly off of his back foot, just popping him with straights, hooks. It's just not looking good. He looks like the cheese grater in there.
Catches him. Look at that combination. 5 shots ripping to the midsection, brutalizing the ribs. 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining. Samurai Robin trying to close the show in the first round.
With perfect takedown defense, man. He has not had his booty on the floor once.
Definitely been working that. Whenever you're fighting MorbidMadLad, you know that's exactly what he wants to do. But MadLad somewhat holding his own on the feet, but every exchange leads to Morbid getting hurt even more. You can see the block is just gone, Rob.
The block is obliterated already with 30 seconds still to go in the first round, and that is not good. Morbid has a huge uphill battle here in this fight.
And you can see, even with the block being completely smashed, he still brings those forearms up to guard the strikes coming forward. 10 seconds remain. Have to think Morbid will make it to round 2, but he needs to make some serious adjustments. Against Rob Font! Maybe he won't!
Goodness. Brutal body shots there. I mean, maybe someone should call this fight. I mean, Morbid his block is gone, his head health is diminished, and his body is now damaged as well. I mean, this is not looking good for MorbidMadLad, but for Samurai Robin, flawless performance.
Rob Font giving no mercy to Piotr Jan Herbdeen, getting us started for the second set of 5 minutes. Good touch of gloves right there. Front kick to start things off for MadLad.
Yeah, there's that rear hook again. Oh, he's taking the body, mixing it upstairs. Beautiful hook. Jumps down. He's going to go for the finish here. Let's see if he's going to be able to get it. Oh, my goodness. Precision, accuracy, tactical.
That was truly a statement, starting round 2 off with a massive TKO of MorbidMadLad, plummeting the former to 0-4. Overall, Samurai Robin successful in the debut, Robin. And let's talk about those body shots real quick. Something that at the end of round 1 was vicious to see. Those hurt my ribs watching it. And you can see the combination right here. Dips to the body, comes upstairs with the lead hook. That's what dropped Morbid initially. And then the TKO was beautiful.
Yeah, those body shots when your opponent's head is low and they're expecting you to go upstairs and you just dig with those crippling shots downstairs. I mean, those are just so dang nasty, Bane. And yeah, Samurai Robin, just a clinical performance overall. Fought very well, wasn't taken down one time. You know, we never really even got to saw Morbid's ground game because Samurai had perfect takedown defense and he was landing shots throughout the whole first round. I mean, that was a dominant performance by Samurai Robin.
And one other element of Robin's game plan that we discussed before the card had even started and the boys in the analyst desk covered was the distance management, right? The range control, which he did both moving forward, as mentioned, and moving backwards. Morbid was pressuring him the entire time, but you could see there was a lot of linear backing up and then circling out, peppering with the strikes, the straight ones, and then coming with the looping shots to conclude the combinations. Very, very good work from the semi-pro kickboxer. Let's see what Samurai Robin's career looks like moving forward. But for us, Rob, moving forward means heading to KAIW versus KIA Ben at 205.
All right, here we go. The men with similar names, just a little bit differently spelled. But we got a lot of debuters tonight in the ESFL. You know, it's really cool to see these opportunities come to fruition. But KIA Ben, this guy is really good. You know, I've seen him in the esports tournaments. He can fight pretty much anywhere. He's always dangerous. Like I said, well-rounded and a fast start. He's coming to kill right when the round starts. But KAIW, 8 fights so far in the ESFL. Insane wrestling. The Hamzat of the ESFL, Bane. Great wrestling. Hands set up his takedowns. This is going to be a really big test for KIA Ben.
Cormier on Cormier. Both of the Louisianans are orthodox, right? Even across the board, 183 reach. So, I mean, whenever the stats are the same, Rob, how do you get the edge on your competitor?
It's all about the brain. You know, you got to make the reads, you got to make the adjustments, and you have to have confidence out there. You know, confidence to fire the inputs, not second guess yourself, and just be calm, cool, and collected.
Oh, big lead hook right there from DC.
Yeah, these guys are just coming to kill. DC throws fast, and he throws pretty strong. I think he's got like 92 power. Nice check there by W.
Oh, keeping Ben on the outside of this octagon. Hurt team looking on with caution. He knows that this fight can end at any time. Big hooks right there from W.
Yeah, W, you know, utilizing that footwork. Got out of the, oh my goodness, what an uppercut. And he's digging. Oh, geez, they're slugging. They're slanging and banging out there.
This is a fight from the 50s in terms of the lack of defensive cognition. These guys just want to make it happen with the hands.
They do, man, they do. Oh my goodness, big shots again land from W, but Ben he's trying to respond, but it's definitely W landing the cleaner shots here.
A lot of head hunting through the first several minutes. Haven't seen him dip too often to the midsection. Once again, Cormier does have an 89 body. If I was in the octagon, Rob, I'd be targeting those ribs with brutal intent.
And that would be very smart with that 89 body health, because I wonder what the chin is like on Cormier. Do you know, sir?
It is 94.
Ooh, that's a strong chin right there. So yeah, the body would definitely be the target, the soft spot on DC. I mean, it doesn't look soft, but it is soft.
Oh. Look at this. Great switch kick right there from the former light heavyweight and heavyweight champion on the former light heavyweight and heavyweight champion. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remain in this opening round.
And so far, it's been a fun fight. These guys are just throwing down big shots in the pocket, holding their block, and just trying to brutalize each other.
Oh. You can see KIA Ben does have a slight edge in the head health department. W's taken a little bit more than he's given through the first 4 minutes, but again, looked impressive. Both guys showing up and showing out so far.
Yeah, and we haven't seen any takedowns, no clinch attempts, just straight boxing here. Oh my goodness.
Elbow clip, the chin right there of Ben. Great takedown. Ducks right under the hook, but not enough to get it down to the mat. W has such good takedown defense, right?
Yeah, that was a really nice defense. That was a turn up, and that was a tough one, and W flicked it quick, and that was huge. 1 minute left.
Stance switch right there for the blue corner. Have to think what Ben sees in the southpaw stance. Seems like he sees a big left right down the middle.
And there's a nice little strike. Oh my goodness, Ben.
Oh!
Oh! Flatlined. Bang!
Over. It's over. It's all over, Rob. In quick succession, KIA Ben was awake, and then he wasn't, courtesy of a massive uppercut from KAIW. What an announcement made to the rest of the ESFL.
He just bazookaed his opponent right there, Bane. And it was just, that's a second uppercut flatline that we've seen in that. You know, these competitors are placing those uppercuts perfectly, and a message to everyone: be careful when you're going to the body, be careful when you're ducking, because those uppercuts are coming like a great white shark in the ocean, and you don't want to get bit.
Oh, it is Shark Week apparently for KIAW because they snatched that victory from the jaws of relative contention, right? That was a back and forth for the majority of it. Each guy had their moments, and to be honest, it didn't seem like either competitor was very hurt, but that's the thing about ducking into an uppercut. You could be full health and then still be unconscious at the end of the day. Moving forward, it seems we're going to have the Ed Parker student taking on the Ed Parker, world beater, I suppose would be the name for Ungodly War, and EzzyEZ up at 170, Rob.
Yeah, this is where it starts getting real here. We got EzzyEZ, 2-1, the co-founder of CW. Ed Parker, a student under the tutelage of one of the best strikers, the quicksand I call Ed Parker. His ability to just drain your stamina. Izzy is one of the highest level strikers probably on this card. But Ungodly War, 2-3, high-level player representing his camp War, and he's only lost to the top ESFL competition, man. He's looking to make a statement, and he's also a very experienced striker himself. So both of these guys are going to collide on the feet, and we're going to see who's going to get the advantages early here. Here we go.
A ton of comfortability within that stand-up domain. But again, I'm interested to see with both of these strikers by trade if there will be any grappling exchanges at 170 in this one. Dean gets us started.
And Ungodly War with that Leon Edwards pick is going to have a lot of availabilities, the ground, the kickboxing, the boxing, submissions. I mean, he's like a Swiss Army knife out there. And EzzyEZ more just has to use those hands and land big shots with the power of Jorge.
That's exactly what he seems to be doing. Big leg kick right there from Ungodly War. Pressure from War, but rear hook announces itself early.
Yeah, already makes a statement with that rear hand and backs up, getting the respect of Ungodly, doing some big damage on that head held early.
You know what I like about EzzyEZ is he's not letting himself getting cornered. He's staying just a step behind that black line, but not fully up against the cage. Big combination right there, though, from Ungodly War. Might push him back more.
Yeah, and that's smart. You don't want to get pushed against the cage. That's where takedowns come. That's where you get trapped by round shots. So EzzyEZ, showing his experience in there against a dangerous striker. And that was a nice head kick.
Once again, EzzyEZ, student of Ed Parker, fighting the man who beat him on the scene. Ungodly War looking to go 2-0 against the Parker crew.
So Ungodly War beat Ed Parker. That's the story.
My understanding, that's the story.
This is a grudge match.
If that's not true, I'm making it true.
EzzyEZ's got some emotions going into this fight. He's using good teeps now. Now he's starting to take the octagon control. He's starting to land some shots, using those straight punches, 4-punch combinations now, and Izzy is starting to let it fly. And look at the stamina on Ungodly War. It's not going so well for him.
You could see a lot of discomfort too. Ungodly War fighting backwards. Doesn't seem like he likes it. Now he's pushing forward with a bit of desperation, urgency to get in the face of EzzyEZ. EzzyEZ being very patient, and that side kick to the body absolutely obliterates the range that Ungodly War is trying to create.
Yeah, it just backs up your opponent again. There's another teep, and that's huge. And now he's going to be pressuring Ungodly War, and if he traps him against the cage, oh, what a catch. Oh, but he flips him with a beautiful flying knee. Good stuff.
Red lands with a rear hook. Rocky over the top. Ungodly War fighting pretty good here against the cage, but EzzyEZ waiting for the moments.
Yeah, he is just stalking him right now. I mean, as we see this fight playing out, we're seeing him make the reads, we're seeing him get comfortable, and he's going to start putting on the pressure. Oh, there it is. Clean. Sniper straight.
Right hand. EzzyEZ making it look easy right here in this exchange. Backing Ungodly War up with relative ease, in my opinion, right? Ungodly War is not offering enough to get off the cage here.
He's not. He's throwing shots, but some of them are out of range. He's getting clipped to the body. Oh my goodness, what a flying knee. Oh, EzzyEZ crumbles him.
That
what
one
a shot.
was for Ed Parker, he says.
Ed Parker is probably enjoying himself right now, I would say.
I really love the teeps that EzzyEZ is offering, right? He's got Ungodly War against the cage, but he's still attacking at range to the body. Beautiful striking so far in this first round from that blue corner.
Yeah, those teeps are huge, being able to create some distance, create some space, back his opponent up against the cage, and then make him pay with big shots. And wow, the flying knees on EzzyEZ, I mean, he's landed a couple. That was a big one right there. That was huge. What a round for EzzyEZ.
And this is, right, the adjustment that Ungodly War needs to make. He needs to work his way off of the cage, move a lot more laterally, and not allow EasyEZ to push him back with those side kicks, teeps, and front kicks to the body.
Right, maybe some side steps are in order. Oh my goodness, the strike right off the bat, opening up round number 2. Oh, look at the head held. It's blinking. It is not looking good here, Bane, for Ungodly War. It's a right hand. Oh
Look
my
at
gosh.
this. EasyEZ picking him apart. Beautiful tape into a switch kick. Wow.
That was sweet. Did you see that? Oh, man, it was like a teep body kick combo. Clean stuff. Oh, my goodness. But here comes Ungodly War. Clips him. Beautiful head movement.
In the pocket against Ungodly War, and he makes you pay for it. Very electrifying first minute of round 2 here. You can see total strikes landed. Large disparity. Masvidal getting 71. Ungodly War coming in at about 26 so far.
Wow, where did you get those stats from? My man. And, yeah, look at the stamina. Oh, my goodness. Left hook, check hook, clips him. Ungodly War standing his ground, trying to use his head movement. Oh, body shot lands for EaszyEZ. Izzy trying to just put the nail in the coffin. Ungodly War is like a zombie out there trying to survive.
Ungodly War making it. Oh, once again goes down.
And this should be it. Full mount. Here comes the big bombs for EaszyEZ. Ungodly's got to be perfect here.
EaszyEZ not really throwing a ton on the ground right there. Wants Ungodly War to stand back up, looking for the highlight finish. Big right hand knocks down Ungodly War. This has to be over.
It should be right here, and there it is. Right hook connects, and that's it. Out cold. EaszyEZ showing extreme skill out there. What a dominant performance, man. I mean, this guy is the real deal. EaszyEZ with a big dub here, Bane.
And that was just a perfectly timed right hand. Both combatants come back to their feet. EaszyEZ launches that like a missile. The rear hook just clips the chin of Leon Rocky Edwards. The British man had to go to sleep, unfortunately, tonight.
Yeah, he was packing the bombs. He exploded on the face. And, geez, that was a masterclass performance. EaszyEZ is just extremely tactical out there. And Bane, so far this card has been, I mean, fireworks. I mean, we've been just through this card. These guys have been just knocking out each other left and right, uppercuts, baptizing individuals here and there, and it's just been, I mean, we're running out of stretchers right now to haul these guys out of the octagon.
The hospital beds are full, unfortunately. ICU is currently packed. Doing some checks and balances, though, over the beginning of ESFL 122, right? Dan Freeman with the creative fighter coming in, taking on Kamapulia War. Had a tough first round, but was able to get him out of there in the second. Wonderful job by the Freeman. Didn't see, obviously, JayJeezer enter the octagon. A lot of questions about that, right? The connection sucks, but the kid wanted to come in for his 7th ESFL fight. I have to think that we'll be seeing him in the future, right, Rob?
Yeah, hopefully maybe someone unplugged his PS4 or, you know, a dog ate his cord. You never know in these situations. We've had some crazy things happen in the past with these Esports Fight League competitors. But yeah, that's a fight that maybe will get rebooked in the future. And then going into the next fight, Bane, that we saw earlier, if you guys missed it, Ali Creed and SamboWAR. I mean, watch it back if you missed it. It was a banger. It was a barn burner. Both guys landing some huge shots with Jorge Masvidal, I believe, and Ali Creed coming out 2-2, SamboWAR 0-1.
And that's the pressure, that's the brawling, that's the in-your-face nature of Ali Creed. And SamboWAR, to his credit, right, had great footwork in that one, was moving, seeing the openings and finding the angles, but it's just not enough when a guy, a big power puncher like Ali Creed, isn't giving you any space to work with. Again, when you're mashing Muhammad Ali and, you know, the Apollo Creed name, you have to think this guy's got great hands, and he absolutely showed it. Talking about the next one, Samurai Robin versus MorbidMadLad. This was, some would say, a mismatch, Robin. Or Rob.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, these neurological athletes, as Robin created, you know, Morbid really just could not get that takedown, Bane. I mean, he just plodded forward, tried to be a juggernaut, tried to hide behind those hands of Pete Tordian, but Samurai Robin was moving, he was grooving, and he had his Uzi, was peppering him, just fucking putting shots on him. It was crazy.
it truly turned into a bloodbath. Piotr Jan was just not able, right? I respect the approach because when you look at Jan's blocking, it's 91. It's not the highest in the game, but it's also not tragically 2-star. It's there, right? So MorbidMadLad maybe wanted to see the reactions of Rob Font, what Font was giving him with that long reach, right? He'd have to work on the inside with Jan, but that worked against him very quickly when the looping shots came around the guard and just compromised the health to some extent. MorbidMadLad's a guy who works at his best when things are slowed down. The tempo is unfortunate, right? That's the pace where Morbid submissions and the ground game gets going. But on the feet, it's truly, as you mentioned, like an Uzi. It's a lot more coming at you, and unfortunately, he does fall to 0-4. Will be interested to see what he does moving forward, whether it's going to be in the ESFL or he has to take some more regional scene and punch his ticket back into the main stage. I'm interested, but Samurai Robin, great, bright future for him. And talking about the future, Rob, it's time we make that the present. Getting back into the fights, we've got Spill Actions versus Gavin War. Rob, I'll let you take this one away.
Oh, I cannot wait for this event. Crooks thinks that somebody who, I'm getting messages from the back, who was supposed to win the whole Esports League? Spill Actions? Okay. Oh, right. Yeah. So Spill Actions, 8-6 here. I mean, I believe Spill Actions and EzzyEZ trained together. Yeah, in the CW camp. These guys are grinding on each other, sharpening each other's blades. And he was the former 806 champion. The fans love Spill Action. Counter heavy, likes to take the back foot, slick defense. But Gavin War, the former member of the AK camp, now in War camp, training with those guys. And he's the last person to beat the double champ Zyaf, man. He's taking this fight on short notice, and he's bringing a lot to the table. Balanced play style, good boxing, comfortable wherever the fight goes, Bane. What do you think about this matchup?
With that fact, right, this guy is the last individual to best the double champ, the defending champ, the undisputed champ. That makes Gavin Moore the lineal champion. If Spill Actions can upset him tonight, I believe that bar at least goes over to him. And talking about Spill Actions, former 806 champion, this guy is a fan favorite. If you like Spill Actions, I want to see it because he brings it every single time. He lost 3-2 to Death Punch in the grand finale. He is 8-6 overall. This is a roller coaster of a career that Spill Actions is having, and now I'm seeing that he's been replaced by Death Punch and Crooks.
Oh wow! So we're getting news from the back, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing Death Punch. We're doing Death Punch and Crooks right now. What a treat! Okay, here we go. I'll introduce these guys, Bane, if you don't mind. What do you think about that?
Not a problem at all. Mixed up, but we're here and ready for it because this is also a phenomenal fight. The winner of the Esports Closed Qualifier Tournament recently joined the Dark Camp. We know some of the dogs in that Dark Camp. Crooks, content creator in his own right, one of the best guys on the scene. We saw him earlier on the analyst desk. We know how he approaches the game. He's analytical. He's an all-around, well-balanced guy. Very, very crisp boxing, and as some would say, the most underrated fighter in the ESFL. Rob, I'll let you take Death Punch.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Death Punch, the esports finale winner, he took that tournament by storm. Everyone is just surprised at where this guy came from, how he took the win. He was taking players, high-level players like Swiss, others that I can't really remember, but they're just like the best of the best, and he was taking them down. He was getting to these positions where he was getting their submission, and he's just he's a new breed, and some people are really skeptical on this guy, but I really like this guy. I'm a big fan of Death Punch, and like Crooks, like you said about Crooks, man, this guy is the real deal. Recently joined Dark. I mean, this guy is super talented in the striking department. Here we go.
You can see Death Punch picking Habib, the Eagle Nurmagomedov. On the other end of the equation, Nate Diaz for
perfect pick.
Getting us started in round one. This is a striker versus grappler, in my opinion, Rob.
Yeah, and with Nate Diaz, he's going to be able to be very good off of his back because we know Death Punch is going to look for that takedown and try to get the submissions, and Crooks, utilizing Nate Diaz, is going to have really good submission defense with some rangy boxing. Death Punch, I'm interested to see, Bane, if he's going to be able to get this fight to the mat.
He has to, in my opinion. Against a guy like Crooks who has the hands that he does, you need to put him on the back and control him, and that's what we're seeing right here, but the Eagle cannot get it down. Crooks, massive takedown denial.
And Crooks has been grinding on his YouTube. He's been really working on his game. He's in Team Dark now, training with Romero, with Zyaf, the champion we're going to see later tonight. I mean, this guy is dangerous, and he's elevated his game even more so winning that qualifying tournament. And right now, Death Punch having trouble getting him down, but there's a big takedown right there.
No trouble there. Nurmagomedov in half guard, now looking to pass. Crooks impatient. This is what you need to do. You can't blast yourself out, blow your stamina. You just need to wait and see what Death Punch is giving you. Progresses into half guard right there, Rob.
Right, and Death Punch in that tournament, he shows that he'll attack that arm triangle just continually, and he'll just, anywhere that he could get a submission, he's going to lock it in. He's going to try to download your defense. Oh my goodness, look at that sweep by Crooks, 209 with the denial. Oh my goodness, Crooks is flowing on the mat here.
Esports Grand Finale winner now in a world of trouble. Diaz on top momentarily, now back in half guard.
And what a treat it would be if we saw Crooks locking a submission against Death Punch and take him out. Oh man, what a feather in the cap that'd be. Crooks said he would have won it if he didn't get replaced, Bane, last minute. He wasn't able to compete, and that's the one guy. This is the one guy that we haven't seen Death Punch go against, but we're seeing it right now. What a treat.
Oh, big denial right there from Death Punch, and you have to think that might be a mental game right here. If Crooks is coming in here with a statement to prove, it might cloud his analytical judgment and potentially put him in a mistake. This is bad for Crooks.
Yeah, this is bad for Crooks. This is what Death Punch does. He'll lock in the arm triangle, and he'll see how your defense is. He's making the read, making the adjustment for a later submission that is a little bit easier to, lock in.
Now you can see Death Punch really starting to shine. Great elbows on the inside right here. Just over 60 seconds remain, and a big denial from the champion.
Yeah, huge denial right there. And he's got a lot of grapple advantage to work on, though. It's, Crooks still doing well from the bottom, keeping that grapple advantage high, keeping the stamina high, but another deny, it's very scary, especially with Khabib on top with Death Punch at the helm, Bane.
Absolutely, and you can see just passing beautifully like butter, slicing through the guard, and very comfortable in this side control position. That right arm is just a piston working the elbow down into the dome of Nate Diaz. Unsure if there is a laceration on Nathan's left side, but I'd be surprised if there wasn't one with all the damage that he's taken.
Yeah, speaking of damage, look at the head. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Whoa, for a second I thought it was over, but that's just the round ending. Don't worry, everybody, we're okay. I'm okay. Yeah, that was a beautiful round. One thing that Death Punch does so well is, he wants to get the submission, but he also is really good at doing ground and pound if he can't get the submissions. I mean, we just saw a dominant performance right there in that first round, Bane. That was huge.
Question for Crooks to answer momentarily. Standing in the pocket with Nathan Diaz, would love to see more range with that big 1-2 that he's got, right? He can land that on Khabib from across the octagon. Unsure why he's stepping into the phone booth and engaging in an area where the Eagle can maybe get clinched just like this and then go for a takedown.
Right, you got a lot of range with Nathan Diaz. Fast, crisp striking, not a lot of power, and Crooks is so good in these positions. And you got to think, Bane, that takedown right there, see? Oh, man, beautiful. That's what he's got to worry about. That's always coming right in the full mount. Oh, my goodness.
Through the first 7 minutes, 69 strikes for Nurmagomedov, 66, I believe, for Diaz. But look at this, just peppering the chin, busting up the face of Diaz. The crimson blood is now percolating on what was a spotless mat before.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood flowing out of the face of Nathan Diaz. The head health is not looking too good, and there's a lot of time on the clock. Crooks really needs to figure out a way to get back to his feet.
3 minutes remain in the second round, and I respect Crooks' complacent approach right here, right? Trying to build up the GA, then shoot for a transition and try to reverse the positions, but you are just giving control time to Nurmagomedov with Death Punch behind the sticks. That's not what you want to do. Now another arm triangle attempt.
Another one, and this is the second time that he's seen the submission defense of Crooks, and you see it slowly being downloaded. I mean, look at this. This is pretty close, and with a lot of stamina on Diaz and the submission defense on the Diaz player, I mean, Death Punch is just so dangerous in these mini games.
You can see there Crooks fighting it off effectively midway through this second round, but again, the bar for the submission gets higher and higher with each attempt. The Eagle is just constricting with Death Punch. Now knee on belly, posture up for him here.
And more damage, just giving Crooks all sorts of things to think about. The arm triangle, the denies. He's going to use this. Oh, no, look at the stamina. This is a masterful performance so far from Death Punch.
It really is, and it emphasizes the dominance that Death Punch brings. So curious how he's winless in the ESFL after one attempt, but appears to have a resurgence in the game plan and understanding of the mechanics. I mean, it's just all what it comes down to. Death Punch is clued in these days.
Yeah, for sure, and he's done some private training in the hyperbolic time chamber with Romero 17, and that's common knowledge now. I mean, you know, Death Punch has done his homework. He's diligent with his training, and with that, the esports title under his belt, I mean, that's just a huge confidence booster. You know what I'm saying, Bane?
Completely, and I don't believe that Nathan Diaz will get a Senzu bean in between rounds. The damage is going to stay on him through 10 minutes. Eagle gets the back, expecting some more ground and pound to conclude this second round.
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. And, oh, look at the backhands, and the head health is blinking. It's low. It's dwindling, and this is not good. Round 2. Again, Death Punch takes clearly, you know, with Nathan Diaz, Bane, how is he gonna be able to get this knockout? He doesn't have a lot of power. He hasn't done a lot of damage. He's gonna have to get a submission or a knockout in this third round. It's gonna be a tough one for Crooks 209 the Great.
Knees and uppercuts up the middle might be a good deterrent to the takedown, as well as delivering some offensive. But it is difficult to see how Nate Diaz, a guy without the punching power of Oh, look at that though! Backs up the Eagle momentarily.
There's some nice shots from Crooks. He needs more of that. He needs perfect takedown defense and a lot of brutalizing combinations here in this third and final round.
And pressure. Pressure is what Crooks needs to do. He cannot let Death Punch be the aggressor or push him back. This is what Crooks has to do if he wants to get the hand raised. Slip straight, push that punch across the octagon, but now Crooks is stunned.
Yeah, and that, oh my goodness, knocks him down in the full guard. Khabib bombs coming. This could be it. But
this.
Yep.
It's just hard to stand and trade with Nurmagomedov with as compromised a chin as Diaz has late in this fight, Rob.
Yeah, and that's what Death Punch is so good at. You know, he'll take you down. He'll attack with submissions. He'll do damage to your head, and then when you come after him in the later rounds with a little bit more of an aggressive style, he'll pull. He has the serviceable stand-up where he makes his opponents pay, and he caught Crooks with a beautiful pull elbow, and that's why Crooks is on the mat. Back up though.
Crooks needs to push forward, but he just does not have the head health to make it happen. Big shots on the inside from Crooks though.
Yeah, good shots from Crooks now. Oh, there we go, and we're seeing a lot of uppercuts in the combination. Crooks really trying to land a perfectly placed uppercut like we've seen throughout this whole card tonight to really flatline his opponent, but we'll see if he's able to do it.
Left hand of Diaz disrupting the Eagles' attempts. Big takedown from Nurmagomedov. Death Punch just looking to ride this one out, but Crooks secures the get up.
Oh, he's flexing up. Little mind games in there, Bane.
If he gets into the mind of Death Punch, he makes Death Punch work. Look at this! The head health of Death Punch is somewhat compromised.
Yeah, Crooks having a really good third round. He still has a little bit more time on that clock, 1:45, and he's landing some bombs, and Death Punch utilizing that pivot nicely. Ooh, little uppercut sneaks in for Crooks.
Crooks now desperate and urgent. Massive denial right there. 90 seconds remain. You can see Death Punch not comfortable in the standing realm as he is on the feet. Crooks taking advantage of that, taking it to Death Punch.
Yeah, Crooks is doing a beautiful job. Watch out for the takedown here, but yeah, he's really, you know, guiding his head into his punches and landing the uppercut, the hooks, just attacking from all angles, and he's really doing a lot of damage on the head of the Death Punch right now.
Lateral movement from Death Punch. Beautiful work from him. Now secures the body lock takedown directly into half guard. Not what Crooks needs. This was massive for Death Punch.
Huge. I mean, that is going to seal the deal right there, in my opinion. 30 seconds left. I don't think he's going to be able to shake off Death Punch, and wow, that was an exciting round right there. You know, Crooks went for it, and now we're seeing the bombs here.
The dominance continues for the Esports Grand Finale champion. Crooks did everything he could in this third and final round, but it just was simply not enough. Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov attached with Death Punch is a massive issue for anybody, Rob.
Yo, no doubt. This Death Punch guy is extremely talented, and you know, his ability to get his opponents to the ground and just dominate them there. I mean, he's showing he could do that to anyone in the game, and he's one of the best players in the world right now, maybe the best player in the world. And that's a huge feather in the cap to beat a guy like Crooks 209, peaking at the right moment. And we saw in that third round what Crooks is capable of, Bane, but he just could not stop takedowns in those first two rounds, and that's why he's not the victor here today.
And it's even a bigger stamp on the belt of Death Punch to sort of dominate handily through those first 10 minutes. When Crooks is fresh, when Crooks is at his best, right, and starts strong and starts fast, that's when you're neutralizing him. That is still, I mean, Death Punch is truly an issue. People may have concerns and complaints and qualms about how he goes about his fights, but at the end of the day, a victory is a victory. Hand was raised for Dagestan in that one, Rob.
No doubt. And that's 1-1. Finally tastes a win in the ESFL. You know, he had a win, the biggest win I think anyone could ever get, winning the whole esports finale, getting the huge paycheck in his pocket. He was walking out with, you know, the coins clinking in his pocket, and now he comes in here and takes out one of the biggest names in this freaking game. Crooks 209, Death Punch on fire right now in the community.
The action for ESFL 122 will absolutely continue just after a short commercial break.
All right. See you guys soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to ESFL 122. Bane and Bruce Lee, Rob, calling the shots for you tonight. And the shots don't get bigger than our next fight, Rob. Spill Actions versus Gavin War.
Right. Wow. This is going to be a good fight. Spill Actions versus Gavin War. And like we said earlier, when we got to break this down a little bit, you know, Spill Actions trains with IzzyEZ. That CW camp has extremely high level striking, and Spill's going to bring a lot of counter heavy shots. He's really good off his back foot, slick defense, and he went to the esports grand finale, and he was one of the only players that I saw that really gave Death Punch some trouble. Like he almost had him in the best of 5 series. 8-6 right now. Former 8OX, I mean, this guy, former 8OX champion, Bane. This guy has so many accolades, but he's going against Gavin War, 4-6, former member of the AK camp, balanced play style, good boxing, comfortable wherever the fight goes, and he's taking this fight on short notice.
Each of these gentlemen has been there and done that, and now they collide. Dan Mergliotta getting us started down at 135. Font on font, stats are even. It really comes down to skill, Rob.
It does, and Gavin possesses a lot of skill. He was the last player to take out the double champion Zyaf, and that's a huge achievement right there, and Spill has his hands full. Here we go, though. Starting out strong.
Spill Actions beautifully mixing up the lead hook into the leg kick combination. Saw that one coming. It seems searching for it again. Potentially great tape from the red corner.
And Spill letting that 1-2 fly, keeping that range, letting those, 4-punch combinations flow, and Gavin getting caught coming in on the inside there.
Dirty combination that was. Gotta go take a shower after that one.
I could smell him from here, Bane. It's not a good smell.
Great kick right there, partially blocked the elbow of Spill Action. Went down to sort of protect the midsection from the roundhouse. 3 minutes, 45 seconds remaining. You could see Spill Action's comfortable commanding the center.
Definitely. Doing a good job commanding that center and letting those, nice slip right there by Spill Actions. Oh, but he ducks right into a power uppercut. He's got to be careful, and that backs him up a little bit.
Lead uppercut missed, but the rear uppercut announced itself on the chin of the red corner. Spill Actions has to be a bit more cognizant inside the pocket. You can see the damage starting to accumulate through the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, and that's because Spill Actions is really using a lot of head movement, and he keeps running right into the power shots of Gavin, the power uppercut, power hook. So Gavin doing a good job, predicting where that head is going to go.
You can see Gavin being a puzzle to figure out moving forward. Spill Action's a little bit hesitant to engage and push that blue corner back. A lot can go wrong if you make a mistake against Gavin War.
For sure. We've seen a lot of baptisms throughout this tournament, and I know Spill really wants to get this win. But, man, Gavin is coming out game. These guys are very even on the feet. I mean, this is very technical. Ooh, beautiful little 1-2, 1-2. That's money right there for Gavin.
Spill Actions concluded Season 2, 5-4 overall, the number 10 contender. You have to think, right? If you end last season top 10, you want to get back there as soon as possible.
No doubt. I mean, being top 10, getting that confidence, having that experience, and just not wanting to, fall short of your, prowess. I mean, this is a lot of pressure on IzzyEZ to showcase that he is the better man tonight, and Gavin is fighting beautifully.
Spill Actions definitely making work of the legs downstairs, but really not too often, just kind of selecting shots every couple combinations to slam a calf or shin into a calf, rather. Great check right there from Gavin.
Yeah, no, great point. That left leg is taking a lot of damage there, Bane, but finally Gavin able to get a good check.
Oh,
yeah, those leg kicks are going to pay dividends later with the power of Gavin.
Now you can see Spills get a bit more comfortable pushing Gavin up against the fence. Gavin, getting cornered! Bang, bang!
Huge shot.
Just a moment!
He's going for the knee. And there's the round
Wow.
concluding.
Woo! What and you can see, right, Spill Actions was standing out at distance, and the second he moved into the pocket and cut off the cage from Gavin War, that's when a beautiful combination sits him down. If I'm Gavin War, I need to keep moving forward. I cannot get cornered again.
Definitely not, because that's where Izzy did. That's where Izzy did the most damage. I mean, he caught him with that right hook right when Gavin was trying to grab the clinch, and then just hit him with the uppercut to follow. I mean, that was the biggest moment in this fight so far, and Gavin is in trouble. Round one, obviously going to Spill.
And now Spill announcing himself with the right hand. Gavin War trying to stay in it.
Oh, big shots there, Gavin, or excuse me, Bane. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's letting it fly.
Look at this. Both guys pulling. 66 strikes for Spill Actions, 40 for Gavin War. 26 strike disparity with Spill Actions being the more active and efficient fighter.
Very, very important, but he's getting damage right now. Izzy pressuring him against the cage, and this is where that first round almost KO happened. There you go. Get off that cage, Gavin.
Spill Actions in those blue shorts, really making the most of the offense. Rob Font through the first 7 minutes, has delivered at 135, Rob.
Definitely. Oh! There's that leg work paying in full effect right there. Buckles it. That's forcing Gavin to go in southpaw stance now, which he may not be as comfortable here.
Blood is flowing on the face of Gavin War, trickling down his chest. You could see the cardio is failing, the chin is failing, the leg is failing, but still, he is landing on Spill Actions.
He is, and he's done some good damage to the head with these shots. He's not totally out of this fight yet. If he gets a good combination, he can still get this win, but he's putting pressure on too.
Whoever is leading the dance does seem to have more success, but massive right hook!
Tried to pull and respond, but he wasn't all the way there. It was a slow one. That was dangerous.
Spill Actions slugs even when he is stunned. Look at this beautiful knockdown right there.
Sweet stuff right there from Spill. Spill's going for the kill now. Gavin's head is blinking, Bane. He's close.
Follow-up. Spill Actions wants to close the show. Gavin's leg and head are blinking. Shoots for the takedown. Does not get it. Bad news for Gavin War.
Great takedown defense, and that's going to allow him to land some big shots. There's a knee. Digs to the body. Comes upstairs with the hook.
Vicious
Here comes Izzy.
assault. Spill Actions is just pouring it on. You can see the diminishing success of Gavin War, right? The longer this fight goes, the more Spill Actions is in control.
For sure. Oh! He buckles the other leg this time as he tries to pivot out of the way.
Gavin War is going to leave this one in a wheelchair. No shot. He's walking out of this octagon.
No, his corner's going to have to help him out. I mean, both of his legs are getting brutalized. His stamina's donezo. I mean, this is not good right now for Gavin, and we still have a whole nother round, folks.
Oh, look at that. Good. Or three-piece combination to conclude that second round. Gavin War still in it in the pocket, right? Because it's hard to throw leg kicks inside the pocket, but at times this has largely been contested at range, much to the chagrin of Gavin War.
For sure, and that left leg is still right out there, right for the picking, and then Spill attacks it again with the lead leg this time, and big shots, he's swinging, hooks and uppercuts. You know, Gavin really trying to make this fight dirty here. Oh my goodness, beautiful. There, knocks him down.
This has got to be it. You can see the head help is just not there. The block isn't either. End of the evening for Gavin War. Spill Actions finds the TKO in the first minute of round 3. What a takeover that was. Contested until it wasn't. You could see throughout the duration of that second round, Spill Actions just continued to pressure and bring the pain to Gavin War.
A pretty knockout too. That spinning back fist right here, set up by the jab. Oh, he thought the 1-2 was coming. And a dominant performance by Spill, who really did a good job investing in that leg. And then he caught the right leg when he tried to pivot out of the way. You know, the pressure of Izzy, the technical striking of Izzy just gave Gavin all sorts of issues. But man, Gavin really fought well too. You know, he was giving it back to Izzy. Izzy's one of the nastiest strikers that we have in this game. I mean, his ability to do these super long string combinations is phenomenal, but a good performance, a great fight overall there, Bane.
Absolutely, and as you mentioned, the volume, the punches and bunches that Spill Actions brought truly was a puzzle that Gavin just couldn't figure out because he was fighting on the back foot for the majority of that fight, right? He was the one that was being more defensively minded, trying to take the shots and roll with them, as opposed to turn the fire back onto Spill Actions. We saw when Gavin was pushing forward in those instances in round 2 that he was able to land and I believe even stun Spill Actions momentarily, but at the end of the evening, Gavin War now 5-6. Spill Actions 8-7. No, other way around. 9-6 for Spill Actions. 4-7 for Gavin War.
Yeah, it's a great win. You know, now Izzy's gonna utilize that win and push him up the card next week or weeks following, or who knows when the season ends. But you know, Izzy's on his way back up towards contendership with that win right there, Bane. A beautiful performance.
And talking about people who are on their way back up, the Elite King WordLife enters the Octagon, closed Season 2. 4-2 is the official record. Let's see how Season 3 goes for him, taking on a truly dangerous opponent in YoungPo, who's been super impressive in the striking realm. Had a good run in the esports tournaments, just not able to put it all together. Very, very aggressive to the body and has good pull counters. Rob, how do you make this matchup in EK WordLife?
Yeah, you know, EK WordLife is someone that's been in this scene for a long time, and we haven't seen him compete. We don't know what he's been working on, how he's been training. We know that EK Camp has been, you know, very active on Twitter, adding a lot of fighters. Crooks was there for a while before he got, you know, poached by Dark after a huge dub, and that camp is a very dangerous camp, very notorious for their grappling, and bringing a guy like WordLife in. He has phenomenal striking, distance management, timing. He's a high-level striker, but YoungPo, one of these new breed athletes, great pull counters, aggressive body hunter, like you said, super impressive striker, and had a great run in some of the esports tournaments, and he's going to bring that experience here. Also a master of those teep kicks to the body. Watch this guy. This is going to be a big matchup to see where these guys are in their career right now.
And that's really what it comes down to, right? For YoungPo, this is a top 10 opponent that you're taking on. The yardstick has been laid. Let's see how far YoungPo goes onto it.
Yeah, we're about to see, and YoungPo picking up Leon Edwards. That's a great pick for his kickboxing style with his teep ability. And WordLife picking up Kobe Chaos Covington. Very interesting here. He's going to have great wrestling. He does have really good slick boxing, but no power in those hands.
Not a ton of power. Yeah, all those stand-up striking stats go towards Rocky Edwards, but when you think of the grappling and the endurance, right, 99 cardio for Chaos Covington. Not a lot of power in those punches, but boy, can you throw them.
Yeah, he's got good boxing combinations. He's got a good head kick setup, too, that you can mix in, and he does throw really fast, so you can start your opponent if you're not careful. You know, YoungPo's got to keep his head on his shoulders here.
Oh, big strikes right there from Covington on the inside. WordLife now gets pushed back to the outside of the octagon. Not really where you want to be if you're more of a takedown grappler, Rob.
Definitely not. If YoungPo pushes him back and lands big shots and takes him out in the striking realm, WordLife's not able to get the takedown. It's very hard as a Kobe Covington player. And yeah, right now we see the clinch, the knee. Oh, now WordLife starting to do some work here, pushing YoungPo back. Lands that lead hook though, checks him, backs him up a bit.
With Rocky Edwards, right, the kickboxing base, you want to sort of find the angles and be selective with your shots. Right there, lands a big knee to the midsection. Rob, how do you set up sort of that sophisticated striking?
You know, you got to set up that sophisticated striking with confidence, repetition, and a lot of practice. And you got to be experienced in there to, you know, be confident to get that muscle memory and just let it flow. Don't think too much. Just let that blank fly, as MartialMachine says in some of his YouTube videos. You know, some athletes, they're a little bit hesitant to let those things fly, but you got to let them fly, like R. Kelly says.
Each guy trying to take the wings and take off midway through this first round. Been very even. Covington goes the massive kick right there. Rocky Edwards attacks the midsection. If I'm Leon Edwards, that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm just trying to go down and assault the cardio, because you're not gonna tire out a guy like Covington unless you are fighting the midsection with urgency.
Very good point. You have to. He's got 99 cardio, so attacking the body is crucial, and that's what he's doing in the clinch as well. Landing vicious knees, mixing up the uppercuts, but there's a frame by WordLife. Good job.
90 seconds remain. Big teep right there from the blue corner. WordLife doing some great work this round, but not really a ton of damage necessarily. You can see a little bit of a dent in the head health and the right leg, but overall, each guy doing pretty all right in the health department.
Yeah, for sure. You're seeing WordLife taking damage to his head, taking damage to his body. You know, those knees are adding up. The clinch work for YoungPo and the teeps that he likes to throw, and he still has yet to be taken down here, Bang. Good takedown. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of attempts, but he's doing good with his distance management.
WordLife could be just simply comfortable with the stand-up domain. Oh! Sequence right there. Rocky Edwards eats the up kick, Covington back to his feet, but WordLife met the canvas, not what you want in what was a very, very close first round. Have to think YoungPo now 10-9 across the board moving into the second round.
Yeah, like a baseball player, YoungPo steals the round, and just beautiful placement of that uppercut. We've seen so many uppercuts tonight, Bane. They're really using those in the higher level plays here. Good stuff. Nice round one.
A beautiful strike that when you time it perfectly, it has more power than many strikes in this game. But again, when you think about it, right, Covington has less power. So even if you do find a perfectly timed shot, if you are WordLife, it just might not have the same effect, unfortunately.
No doubt at all. You have to string combos together, and there's the takedown. He has to get this fight to the mat, and oh my goodness, what a defense, what a denial there by YoungPo to keep the fight on the feet. And that's going to play into the mental psyche of WordLife that he can't get this takedown.
Jabs right there from Po! Now taking it to WordLife again.
He's letting it fly right now. Oh, he tries to get the pull counter.
You could
elbow.
see the reach of Covington and the slight range that they were contesting that moment at. He just didn't have the distance. Once again, though, it's the uppercut.
The uppercut landing again, and WordLife starting to struggle a little bit. You know, he's losing head health. He's getting pop-shotted by YoungPo. He's got to be careful. He's got to get this fight to the ground.
One note that we had about Po is the teep kicks, and he's been using them beautifully. You can see a tangible effect in the body health of WordLife as well as the cardio. Rocky Edwards has better cardio than Chaos Kobe Covington in the second round, Rob.
Definitely does, and you see YoungPo really letting his movement shine, his duck under that spinning back fist from from WordLife, and we're seeing WordLife throw some really nice combinations, trying to mix in the head kick, but just unable to really connect with YoungPo.
You could see Poe is getting a little dedicated to that uppercut, though. He's looking to end the combinations, but it works for him.
Again.
Wow! Making me eat my words is YoungPo and making WordLife eat some shots right now. 2 minutes and 10 seconds remain in this second round, and YoungPo is turning it on, Rob.
Yeah, he is turning it on big time, and he has taken over this fight. Now has WordLife on his back, on top, in side control, dominant position, gets that deny. He could go crucifix, he could get a submission, or he could just elect to throw sharp elbows like we all know. Maybe you don't know, but Leon has the nastiest elbows in the game, level 5.
Elbows, as they say, could be raining thunder and lightning down on Chaos if he chose. There is one, and you can see right immediately, once that elbow connected, blood pours out of the face of Covington.
Jeez, and he is just controlling him in this position, getting key denials, and this is very dangerous for WordLife. He's trying to, strike him, trying to gain that grapple advantage, trying desperately to get out of this position, Bane, but he cannot. Finally rolls over to sprawl back on the feet, but this is no better. Look at the stamina, Bane.
No,
not looking
big
good.
Difference. YoungPo truly has every advantage, but gets stunned by Covington. Oh!
And then drops the elbow right back on him as he tries to get inside the range. Landing shots. What an exciting fight.
This could be it. Oh, the Kimura sweep.
Beautiful. Great catch right there, grabbing the hook. And now finally on top with Kobe, able to land some damage. But no stamina to back that damage up. Very feather-like, pillow-like shots from Kobe on top.
A frenetic pace set through the first 10 minutes. You can see significant strikes all to Leon Rocky Edwards, 17-5, I believe. But Chaos, making Chaos inside the octagon at the conclusion of that second round. Have to think the momentum might be on EK WordLife. YoungPo has a little bit of ground to cover.
Yeah, we'll see right now. I think maybe WordLife might be down in rounds 1 and 2. Oh my goodness, look at the knee though by YoungPo. Buckles WordLife, and WordLife just really on the defense right now.
It's the same question that we had for MorbidMadLad earlier. How long can you just sit behind the guard and eat these strikes? How long can you weather the storm? It does not seem like EK WordLife has enough in the tank to go through another 5 minutes of the offense that he's been experiencing through the first 10.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it better myself. But another uppercut, he's sticking to the body. Buckles WordLife, leg kick. Oh, again with the knee, but WordLife blocks it this time. This is gonna be it, I think. Oh my goodness, what a wild knee.
Violence incarnate. YoungPo truly testing the EK member once again, whacks him, and that is it. What a finish! What a finishing sequence right there.
Oh man, YoungPo putting on a beautiful display of striking and defense on the mat, and just, oh man, WordLife is a dangerous player all around. To get a win like that, YoungPo is surging right now in EA Sports UFC 4. Oh my god, look at that vicious knee right there. That was a sharp knee, Bane.
That finishing sequence was a right hook over the top, dipping to the body twice. And then as EK WordLife anticipated more offense to the midsection, brings the hands down and eats the knee upstairs. Clinical, cerebral. That was an assassination by YoungPo.
Yes, that was great. And you saw a couple sequences in that fight where WordLife, had a little sidestep hook. He landed the front crane kick. He just wasn't able to really employ his offense and really get a foot in the fight because YoungPo, like you said, was just pinpoint like a sniper in Warzone and just shot you from a distance. You don't even know where it came from. And it was just extremely entertaining to watch. What a fight these two put on for us today.
And you can see YoungPo in the Twitch chat saying, have that belt spit shined and ready for me. Title aspirations on the mind for the victor this evening. Will be interesting to see where he goes. But Rob, guess where we're going?
Where are we going, Bane? Take me away.
We're going to the co-main event of the evening.
Oh my goodness.
It's BangBang versus ElevenBravo. Bravo 5-1 overall, formerly in the dark camp. We know the names that are associated with it, so he's got all of that sparring experience, and he's got some insane submissions with really pressure-heavy top game. If there is anybody in this competitive scene that you don't want on top of you, their name is ElevenBravo. Rob, I'll let you take us through BangBang.
Here we go, bang, bang. You know, we saw him in the esports tournament against Pryoxis. He had a very close fight, took out the legend Pry. This guy has been just fighting very well all over the place, confident in his skill set. Slick pull counters, insane pressure, and he's one of the most exciting players to watch. He'll walk you down, and he will just punish you. His pressure is relentless, and this is going to be a very interesting fight between ElevenBravo 5-1 and BangBang 5-3. Co-main event. Here we go.
Second season of the ESFL's PlayStation rankings closed with ElevenBravo being the #2 contender, just behind Turk the Mad and the champ Zyaf himself. BangBang a little bit further down at #4. This is top 5 PlayStation ESFL action coming at you. Vanderlei Silva versus Khamzat Chimaev.
Oh man, Vanderlei Silva. We saw what Sick War can do with Vanderlei Silva. His boxing, his durability, his unique combinations. But ElevenBravo with Khamzat is gonna have a very good ability to take the fight to the ground and dominate.
The Axe Murderer versus Boars statistically favors Silva in terms of the power equation, right? 96. Those hooks are the sort of answer to any game plan if you're Silva. Just throw a hook.
His name is I Block Break. That's his name right now. BangBang knows what he's good at. He doesn't care what people say about him. He's coming in there to lock down the kill, break your block, and break your face.
This is a true Axe Murderer, as the nickname would suggest. You don't want to be in front of BangBang, but arm triangle attempt for Boars.
And we're already seeing great takedown defense. He's swiveling, staying calm. ElevenBravo really didn't get any reads right there, but, you know, on top, that's good for him.
It mitigates, right? It mitigates the success of Vanderlei Silva. If I'm Khamzat Chimaev, this is exactly where I want to be. ElevenBravo taking the smart approach, trying to suffocate BangBang early. We know BangBang starts strong. We saw his performance just last week in the 8OX tournament, running through guys in the first round, knocking them down several times, and now he's equipped with the most powerful punchers in the game. This is absolutely the strategy for ElevenBravo.
No doubt at all. ElevenBravo is doing a phenomenal job right now. That's what that's what he needs to do. Control him, not stand up. You don't want those Axe Murderer bombs blowing off in your face, and you got to hold this man down. And so far, ElevenBravo showing he can do that.
You can see the denials drain BangBang's stamina in a big way. ElevenBravo, patience is the key. Now progressing into half guard. Would like to see maybe a posture up, right? Some damage done onto BangBang. Sprawl right here for Silva.
Yeah, and this position's interesting because ElevenBravo can land a lot of punches here, but right now he's just relaxing, looking for the denial. And oh, good job. That's huge for BangBang getting that get up on that left side.
Oh!
Clips him.
ElevenBravo stuns the Axe Murderer momentarily.
And that's huge for ElevenBravo. You know, you got to get the respect on the feet because that will open up the takedowns.
And now you can see BangBang's mind starting to work. How does he get on the inside right here? Those long arms of Khamzat Chimaev are truly a puzzle that he's trying to solve. But here he is standing and trading in the pocket.
And this is where it gets dangerous. You know, he's starting to back up against the cage. That block's starting to get exploded on. And the block break king right now. Straight right down the pipe.
What a massive shot from BangBang. ElevenBravo's chin has to be in several pieces because of that one. 50 seconds remaining in this first round.
Yeah, and that's where it gets scary. That's where BangBang shines the brightest, is against the cage when your block is dwindling and the block is blown up because of his combinations, because of his aggressiveness, because of the shot selection he's mastered.
And now he's using a lot more straight shots. You can see BangBang is adjusting the strategy to just go right down the middle as opposed to loop around the sides and open yourself up for a pull counter. BangBang now just firing 12 to the face.
Yeah, and that's how block breakers will do it. You know, you just continually pop that jab in the face, so you're never really getting a break. You have all these punches coming at you. You don't know where they're coming from, and right now BangBang taking over this fight a little bit at the end of that first.
And you can see the striking statistics suggest Silva the more efficient fighter at 41. I believe Khamzat landed 25 strikes, so a bit of a disparity coming in round 2. And have to think that knockdown beautifully set up. Silva took a bit of a back step and then came forward with the 2 as opposed to standing in the pocket. He let Khamzat throw and then counter perfectly. Let's see if BangBang can now just get started right where he left off.
And BangBang also showed a huge ability and again shows that he can deny the takedown. Big straight, big shots. Oh, good whiff on that uppercut due to the head movement. ElevenBravo.
Bravo's defense is there when he needs it, but more often than not, content to eat these shots. Big overhand right there. You don't see the lead overhand landing too often.
Oh, it was nice. Set it up with a straight lead overhand, then gets the takedown. Okay, here comes ElevenBravo now. This is where he needs to do his work. He has to get something going here.
And you can see the issue, though, is if you're ElevenBravo, you can hold BangBang here for 3 minutes, but the second he pops up, you're immediately back in the Shark Tank. So control is the key for ElevenBravo.
Definitely, he needs to control, and right now he's utilizing fakes. He's gaining grapple advantage. The blue bar at the top of the screen, double fakes, gets to the half guard position, and there's the sprawl. And this is where we saw BangBang get up on that left side last time, but now ElevenBravo able to get to the backside position and gets a key deny right there. That's a big one. Oh, takes the back. This is dangerous. Hamzat still on top. Dang, he's really controlling him, Bane. He's really controlling him.
It's the objective. It's the priority is keeping BangBang down. That is what you simply have to do. Forgo maybe the urgency to finish the fight and just hold him here, get the control time, pepper shots, and try to figure out how to diminish BangBang as much as he can.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen throughout the judging history in the Esports Fight League, and especially nowadays, you know, the judges are really looking for damage, not so much control. They're looking for damage. So ElevenBravo with that knee on belly posture up, he's got to find some shots here, because if so happens, BangBang postures up and gets to his feet, you know he's coming to drop big damage.
And he's already done so much damage in this second round. You have to think, is this control enough, right? Is the control time paired with the peppering strikes enough to balance out the really significant damage that BangBang was able to do earlier in the second round?
And yeah, that's the dangerous game that you're playing, and that's what ElevenBravo is trying to figure out right now. He really needs to hold him down. I think he's doing a good job right now. You know, he's landing a lot of short shots. He's posturing up what he can. And here he goes to sprawl again. This is where BangBang really likes to go.
50 seconds with which to work. BangBang might just take the foot off the gas for this second round. No, postures up. Bad news for ElevenBravo.
BangBang's so good at that. Getting up on that left side and another takedown right away and a sharp elbow. And this could be ElevenBravo's round. I mean, he's landing some body shots, but he can't get the deny on that left side. I wonder if Vandelay has sped up get-ups there.
Oh! By ElevenBravo. ElevenBravo pushing forward. Knocks him down.
Huge!
Wow.
Huge, Bane.
If there was any confusion about who that second round is going to go to, ElevenBravo just cleared all of it up. Massive flurry to conclude the second set of 5 minutes with Boers getting the better of it. You could see early damage by Vanderlei Silva, but as that second round progressed, Hamzat just was a step ahead with the control, and then at the conclusion, a step ahead with the strikes route.
For sure, and now going into the third round, there's another problem that ElevenBravo's going to have to solve, because the fight always starts on the feet, and we know who is more dangerous. That is going to be BangBang. Even though ElevenBravo's landing some nice shots, it's BangBang that's going to put on the pressure. Can ElevenBravo deal with it? We're about to find out right now.
Would love to see BangBang utilize a bit more of those straight shots that he was dedicated to in the first round. Ooh. Big takedown, though, from ElevenBravo, neutralizing the striking early, Rob.
Oh, yeah, that's a big moment for ElevenBravo. You know, gets that early takedown, doesn't take any damage, and now he's going to have a lot of time, a lot of freedom. But beautiful flick by BangBang to get the transition. Oh, my goodness, right into full mount, postured up.
This is bad news for ElevenBravo. The hands of the axe murderer coming down heavy.
Huge shots, but Silva's gassed. This is going to allow ElevenBravo to get up, but he fakes it, I believe. Interesting, okay.
Fake into that half guard, regain. Some interesting IQ plays, but ElevenBravo still having grappling success. BangBang back in a timeout, though.
Yeah, BangBang's making good decisions. You know, he initiated his transition right in the middle of the fake, but ElevenBravo snatching back full guard, and we'll see how he plays off his back, and we're gonna see if BangBang wants to try to hold him down here. Maybe he wants to play a little bit on the mat.
Ooh. Side control for Silva. Each guy going back and forth with the transitions. Power up for Boers. Hamzat Chimaev back on the feet. Will he look to get it back to the mat, though?
It looks like he will. He's going to take that back. Tries to get a takedown.
Oh!
By BangBang.
And you can see right as they separated, BangBang throws that right hand down the middle, trying to connect to the chin. Needs to set it up a little bit better, though. I feel there's some urgency from BangBang.
Yeah, he always kind of fights urgently though, right? He's just always in the face, always trying to get the knockout. This guy fights so exciting, but yeah, he definitely needs to get some damage off. You are right, Bane.
Big right hand down the middle. It seems he's utilizing those hooks to set up the straight shots.
Oh
Now
my
knocks
goodness.
down ElevenBravo.
Bang, a big shot right there. Now he has him against the cage. Oh, and knee sneaks in there. You got to be careful.
And again, that's not. Oh, and a takedown for BangBang. Denied from Bravo.
BangBang trying to mix it up a little bit. Here comes BangBang, 1-2. He's coming for the kill. The head health is low. Oh, beautiful. Kill by ElevenBravo. Hurts BangBang, landing big knees. Coming for the win. Back against the face. Fence Bane.
Bravo trying to take out BangBang. Just over a minute remains. BangBang had an opportunity to counter, but laterally moves. Now each guy is so gassed, Rob.
Yeah, they have given it all in the octagon. 1 minute left. This round is so close. Winner of this round most likely takes the co-main event here at ESFL 122. What about Big Deny there? Posture's up. Dropping bombs right now, Bane.
ElevenBravo throwing with urgency. Needs to do some damage to solidify the victory here. BangBang only has 20 seconds. He has to get up and make something happen. Massive reversal for BangBang.
And he's got a posture up here. He's going to be able to get some last-minute damage in. Oh, these shots are really crucial.
Gosh. Oh! That's it! That is it! Wow! BangBang, seconds away from defeat, finds the TKO finish of ElevenBravo. What a statement that was. The Axe Murderer reigns again, Rob.
Oh, man, beautiful. 10 seconds left. Gets the slip, gets to full mount, postures up quickly, and then drops the hammers down with Vanderlei Silva, and that's the embodiment of his name. Bang, bang, and that's what he did. He banged ElevenBravo out in the co-main event.
And it's the dedication to the game plan that I have to admire, respect, and love from BangBang. That's all he wants to do, right? Is come forward, be the aggressor, be offensively minded, and that stays true through 15 minutes, right? Gets that last reversal and chooses to implement the ground game in the ground and pound. Some people would have reversed and then just held on, waited for the judge's decision, but BangBang's not like that. Always wants to find the finish. What a performance in the co-main event of the evening, Rob.
Yeah, and that just shows how, committed he is to the game. Cool, calm, and collected. He stayed till the very end. Even with 10 seconds left, he has the ability, the wherewithal to get that slip, posture up fast, and land the perfect combinations. I mean, he is just a killer, like you said, Bane, to the very last second. He's always dangerous. He is destructive out there.
Now, one thing that I want to bring to everyone's attention is next week's card. Before we get to the main event of tonight, next week we've got Zyaf stepping over to Xbox against Yurda, as well as Hammer versus KM Intro, JC versus Peyton, God Ate My Pig versus Killer Jake, Otto versus Dabican, Trixie versus T Drivers. Rob, we've got a star-studded ESFL 123.
So many good fights here I'm seeing. You got Peyton making his return against JC, Caliber, Fadinator, God Ate My Pig, Killer Jake, Hammer, Intro. And we saw Intro. He's kind of new to the scene. A Kingsman has done phenomenal work in the scene. And, man, this is going to be exciting. Don't miss it. Saturday, September 11th. And then, Bane, we got the Proving Grounds. Talk about it for me.
EK Issues versus LW Gemini in the main event of the Proving Grounds. Co-main's going to be Jay Robinson versus the Kingsman Valentine of Proving Grounds. Again, as the name suggests, you go into the octagon to make a statement. That's what all these guys do. CIA webcam finally getting the spotlight that he deserves against Rogers X Rate. I mean, every single person on the Proving Grounds card absolutely shows up and will 100% show out, Rob.
Definitely, and you're seeing KM Valentine on that card, the founder, I believe, of the Kingsmen. So Jay Robinson is going to have his hands full in that co-main event, and the Proving Grounds is a great place to prove yourself, Bane.
As the name suggests, but Proving Grounds do transfer away from that card back to 122. There is a lot to prove if you are Mad Turk, the #1 ranked fighter in Turkey, a technical brawler with a strong top game. Can he take out the double champion Zyaf? 19-5, 6 defenses, 12-fight win streak. How do you beat Zyaf, Rob?
Man, Zyaf is like the Rubik's Cube right now in ESFL. He is so hard to figure out. He's defending his title on not only Xbox, but PS5 as well. The young prodigy, I call him, 19-5, fighting out of the dark camp under the tutelage of Romero 17, training with SwissLibax, Papa Doc, so many other dangerous fighters. And, you know, he's on a 6-title defense, 12-fight win streak. This guy is just incredible, and he brings aggressive combinations. He brings the ability to face adversity and just figure out his opponent, download their strategy, and just kryptonite it. And right now, it's going to be a big test. Mad Turk has his hands full with Zyaf.
Zyaf retained the Xbox title last week against EK Dirty. Let's see if he can start off Season 3 with a PlayStation defense as well to boot. Mad Turk looking to spoil the Young Bucks' success. Have to think Holloway mirror match once again. Max Bless Holloway at 45 is truly an animal for either fighter.
And I believe we have no sound for this event. Oh, what a shame. But here we go. Five-minute rounds is the difference in this main event, and Young Turk in the blue, Zyaf in the red.
You can see Young Turk landing to the head of Zyaf early, slip straights right there. Zyaf catches him, though, for a moment. Champion moving forward.
Champion putting pressure on, starting off with those beautiful spinning body kicks and just really finding a home for all his shots, fighting very accurately, pinpoint accuracy for the young prodigy. Ooh, checked. Ouch.
Great check right there. Turk needs to be a little bit more cognizant of when he's throwing, right? Mixing those leg kicks into combinations instead of throwing them naked. The double champ knows when you're throwing something naked.
Definitely. And Turk is just has not really found his footing in this fight. You know, Zyaf has come out and just has been landing devastating combinations time and time again and just taking over this first round. There's a nice spinning back kick. Finally, Turk just needs to make sure he fights confidently.
And that is kind of exemplified by the body language, right? The backing up. Massive shot right there, though, and the champion doesn't get the throw, unfortunately. Just under 3 minutes remains. Zyaf now pushing forward, landing on the chin of the challenger.
Yeah, Zyaf coming out super confidently and looking very smooth. And Turk landed a few shots, but oh my god, Zyaf is just dripping punches. Oh, he slapped the shit out! Oh my god! That was great.
Look at this. The double champ doing what the double champ wants. Season 2, he ended 8-0. Turk the Mad was the #1 contender at the conclusion of the second season at 4-1. But Zyaf is just imposing his will early. Great takedown from Turk. Can he finish it? No, he cannot.
And man, Zyaf just looks so good tonight. No one's been able to really touch this guy lately, and we're seeing more of the same. You know, we're seeing the young prodigy just not really taking a back step, not taking any damage, and just landing brutal shots. Look at the head damage, the block damage in the first round. Bang, this is incredible.
He's just that cartwheel kick. Zyaf stuns the challenger with a cartwheel kick.
Oh, beautiful, just unorthodox cartwheel kick, the only one he threw, and it landed. And that's what Zyaf is so dangerous at. And you're seeing Turk starting to fight a little desperate, throwing just wild shots at distance, and that's what Zyaf does to these contenders.
Look at the head health already. Max Blessed Holloway has a granite chin. We all know that, but Zyaf has debility. Oh! Up kick right there, though. Turk not able to capitalize on what was an interesting moment. Pull counter, though. Zyaf eats one. Calf kick or cartwheel kick not there for the challenger.
Yeah, finally, the contender, you know, Turk starting to land some shots, dropped Zyaf there, and that is a big moment. You know, we haven't seen Zyaf drop like that in a while, and that's what Turk needed. But is it a little too late?
Oh. Ooh, look at the stamina.
Oh, my goodness.
Zyaf has thrown a lot of shots in this first round, Rob.
He has. He really invested, Bane. That's a good point, to get that knockout. And we'll see how that plays out in a 5-minute round fight. But he did so much damage. I think the juice was worth the squeeze.
The #1 ranked player in Turkey has a Mount Everest to climb in front of him. Once again, the double champ slaps the challenger.
Stockton, baby. Stockton.
That is the second occasion that Turk has gotten that pull
Oh,
response.
man.
But Zyaf is just too good. He throws so many looks. It's hard to try and counter when he's so unpredictable.
No doubt. And his ability to move his head out of the way and then make you pay. Look at that movement right there by Zyaf. Just
Wow.
beautiful. He's like Bob Ross painting a masterpiece out there.
Once again, check Zyaf. Just so clinical. You can see 53 strikes landed for the double champion, 46 for Turk. Not far behind, but definitely a disparity that he's attempting to come back from. Once again, the significance appears to be with the champion, but cardio with the challenger through the first 8 minutes.
Yeah, we're seeing Turk starting to figure out his rhythm a little bit. Ooh, those are huge right there. That's going to gas out Zyaf even further. And Turk landing some good shots. That right hook is landing. But Zyaf, still in control of this fight. But Turk having a much better second round.
Definitely. Now, the issue, of course, is the chin health of Turk. Turk, though, with the hip toss. Zyaf denies back to his feet. Just under 3 minutes remain. Block is kind of broken for the champion, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, bang! Drips him down, and now this could be it. Not a lot of head health to play with on the defense. Oh, he gets a perfect slip on that straight. Huge moment for Turk.
Bad Turk somehow survives right there, but still in a world of trouble. The champion postures up and lets him stand. Wants the highlight reel KO, Rob.
He definitely does. That's what Zyaf goes for, that beautiful. Oh, there it is. Bang!
Wow!
And still, Bane, and still, the young prodigy. And he does it in exciting fashion like he always does. The cartwheel kick.
Beautifully
eliminates
set
him.
up. Zyaf backed up, let Turk into the danger zone and uncorked a bomb of a cartwheel kick. Had made the read on how to get it earlier, and that's just a poor timing, right? Tough moment to slip into a cartwheel kick. The champion retains in a massive way. Now on both consoles, that is truly something special to see. Zyaf is just dominant. I don't know how you beat this guy, Rob. I truly am not sure what you could do better than Zyaf can.
And he's doing it not only on PS4 like tonight, but he's going to Xbox and he's just bodying these contenders, these guys that are just beating everyone else, getting this big moment, and he's just making it look sort of easy, you know? I mean, Turk did have a good second round, but I mean, that cartwheel kick, I don't think we've ever seen a knockout in a championship fight, or maybe even in EA Sports UFC 4 in the ESFL. That might be a new stat to put on the books. What a win.
It's a highlight reel nonetheless, right? The highest of stages, and you get a knockout like that against the #1 ranked player in Turkey. I mean, look, that is a dotting your I's, crossing your T's, and putting an exclamation point at the end of ESFL 122. Please be sure to watch ESFL 123. Let's see if Zyaf can continue the domination, and also tune into the Proving Grounds. Rob, what do you got to say to the people?
Yo, I hope you guys had a great time, and you know, Zyaf, the young prodigy, is proving that he is one of the best fighters that we have ever seen walk through the Esports Fight League, and his ability to knock down these contenders is just magnificent. And all the fights tonight were amazing. So many knockouts. I mean, it feels like we just soared through this one. Hope you guys had a great time, and I enjoyed myself as always. In Bane, it was a pleasure and an honor to call the fights with you, sir.
Best is blessed, baby. I've been the Bane, and I hope you all have an amazing day. I'll see you in the next one.